This is an aggressive start to the podcast.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not gonna let down because we have a lot of issues with Doctor Strange.
We have some issues.
It's not Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. It's Doctor Strange 2. Let's be real. Let's handle it correctly. It's Doctor Strange 2. Because there was no madness. There was some multiverse, but there was no madness.
There was light there was like light multiverse because we got
hysteria.
Yeah, we got two universes and then 12 in like 2 second span of each. You know what I'm saying? We got two universes, but
so what happened
before we go, like, because I saw a meme out there, so I just want to clarify something, at least for me, right? I saw a meme out there that says that people were, they were disappointed because of their high expectations. And then it shows a meme of their expectations. And it's like a bunch of people from different properties. And I just want to make it clear. And we spoke about this the episode before last about tempering expectations. I brought it up with Moon Knight and all of that shit. Yep. What we're upset about is what the movie's writer has been saying afterwards. I want to put that out there. Yeah. This isn't stuff that we're making up. There's a bunch of there's a bunch of people out there saying, "Oh, Fassbender was supposed to be in it." Fucking Shrek was supposed to be in it. No, we are going based off what Mike Waldron has said he wanted to put in the movie. It just didn't feel right. Go ahead, lad. Do your thing.
Yeah.
What up, Flocka?
And the funny thing is, you have Chavez, right? American Chavez, and it's like.
America Respucia.
Like back in the days when you had the Game Genie, you just had all the cheat codes, but you never used it at any point. You're like you had it. You had the Game Pro, and you just said, "I don't need it." Dude, like the easiest way to do it is
it's the movie trope.
Get in there. There's Wolverine.
You have to believe in yourself.
Yeah. And listen, all right, so a little backstory. I'm sitting here, I'm like, what's going to be the topic for discussion for this comic book podcast? And then I get the message from Cabs. This nigga's starting to piss me off. Son.
Yeah, he keeps talking. And by him, we mean, I think it's Michael Waldron is his name. You could fact check that. I think it's Michael Waldron. And the thing that pisses me off, he also wrote Loki. Loki was 10 out of 10. Where do we go wrong? Go ahead. So I need answers.
Dude, and listen, I've been looking through the chat to find all these fucking things that you guys are sending about what the director said and all other shit. We'll go one by one. We'll go one by one. But once I felt the aggression from Cabs, I was like, you know what? That's what we're gonna talk about. Because Cabs don't usually get like that.
I don't.
I was like, we need to hear Cabs go off real quick.
I gotta balance y'all out, bro. I gotta balance y'all out. But no, that shit got me tight. Like, I remember saying on the chat, like, did anybody want to make this movie? I feel like this was like a contractual obligation or something. That's what it feels like. I don't know, man. Because it's like, so this guy, I think it all started with what's the first thing that Lev posted? That
the first thing I found, well, I don't know if there's more, but this was from Friday.
Yeah. Friday. That's how serious this is.
Yeah.
It's been in the works for a couple days, bro.
He goes, Doctor Strange 2 writer Michael Waldron reveals Doctor Strange 3 will see Stephen Strange face serious consequences. Like it's Wong says, you possess your own corpse. Like, is this guy ever going to face any consequences? Nigga, that was what part 2 was for.
That's what we thought. We thought part 2 was for the consequences.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, my man, he gave up the time stone. He made a spell that made everybody forget who Peter Parker was. He fucking he negotiated with Dormammu. He has not suffered any consequences since he got magic.
Dude, he pretty much fractured the multiverse in a way.
Yeah.
People were coming through.
The end of part 1 was the guy from Medbell killing people who were abusing magic. He was supposed to be the consequences to
and And if you want to get really like picky about it, the way they explain the multiverse is that time is constant. So like, it's just always going, just at different points or whatnot. Like it's always going. So 838 Strange caused an incursion and fuck shit up or whatever. Like this guy's just always fucking up. And the way they threw this movie, they built this movie up to be was like, yeah, he was gonna pay for his crimes. Nah, the only people that paid for anything was the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Yo, I still have the image of Black Bolt's like brain matter like sticking out of his freaking mask, like not sticking out, but like coming out like a bulge, and it's just like. So yeah, that's what started it. Go ahead, Toe. My bad, man.
Yeah.
Let's get this shit all out here because I know we're not the only people that feel this way.
You guys,
if anybody's seen and what he said, and he said a lot. He said at one point, Magneto, Michael Fassbender, as Cabs well put, was supposed they started putting it in. It didn't feel right. The father of Scarlet Witch didn't feel right. And I don't give a fuck when anybody says, "Oh, in the comics, this is MCU."
Yeah, they take liberties all the time. They take liberties all the time.
Don't give me that, because somebody's gonna say, "Yo," but now fuck that. That's your father.
Don't gatekeep the creative differences.
Yeah,
don't do that.
You can joke about getting her brother, who's an actor, on the show. Fantastic. But on the Multiverse of Madness, you can't have Magneto.
Yeah.
When she's getting into her mom jeans and is about to catch wreck in the Illuminati, she can run into Magneto.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, but how cool would it have been for the dynamic to be Wanda's trying to take somebody else's kids as hers, and then Magneto shows up and is like, Wanda?
Grandpa.
Yeah, but he's like, oh, you're just like my daughter. And she's like, but I have no connection to you. Yeah. And she's actively engaging in what her kids would do with her, but she's not seeing it.
Yep.
And again, it's not a question of having unrealistic expectations. This is what the writer of the movie has said. It's like, maybe
the one that gets me is he said Tom Cruise was never a part of this movie because he was busy filming the Mission Impossible movies. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Haley Atwell in the Mission Impossible movies?
She's in the new one.
She's in it.
Yeah. Captain Carter's in the new one.
Not only that, Cap. Reed Richards and Black Bolt confirmed all reshoots. That's why their outfits look so weird. This is confirmed. Yeah,
it looks
him and Black Bolt. Remember we were talking about Black Bolt's outfit just looking weird? Reshoots the entire time. So it's like
it looked like a symbiote going around.
Yep. What's his name? Sam Raimi said that there is 20 to 40 minutes that they cut out.
Yeah.
We said this last week. They needed about another 30 minutes.
He did say that that they were going to try to put at least 3 deleted scenes for when there's a home release for the DVD.
Give it to us. Give it to us, please.
That's funny because we spoke about how this movie is just random, and we spoke about in the chat how it's just random things altogether. Yo, if you're gonna get random, go balls to the wall with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't just half-ass randomness. Just do it all the way. Yo, Fast and Furious random it, dude. Make it Fast and Furious. Make it so ridiculous that people go, "Wow, I can't believe they ran." Yo, listen. Have Long Shot just walk by a scene.
Why? Why would you do that to me? Why would you do that to me?
It's like, yo, because they always talking about, like, somebody mentioned in another chat, like, oh, they're reaching in the corners for these random, characters, right? You want to get random? Long Shot.
Yo,
how much random are you gonna get in Long Shot?
I mean, Mr. Randomness himself.
Absolutely.
You want to have something cool to go off of what Lake just said? When they're passing through all the universes, all the multiverses, one of them is Mojo and Long Shot watching the television screen, and they see them fly by. Like, what the hell was that? And they just change the channel, and we change to another fucking thing.
Done. You know what I'm saying?
Done.
Those the 17 universes that we saw for 2 seconds a pop.
Yeah, the paint universe.
The paint.
Yeah, we
could have removed the paint. We didn't need paint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the ability.
We literally saw the Living Tribunal.
Yeah, we know.
And then instead of the paint, Peter Porker could have been sitting there.
Yeah.
It could have been Peter Porker and the frog. We finally get the frog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my thing is, the Multiverse of Madness is like a blank canvas for you to do whatever you want, and this is what you bring to the party. It's like it's like, come to the party, bring whatever you want, and you bring Zima. Look at my man.
Hey, for the young people out there,
that was a horrendous.
That was White Claw back in the day.
That was White Claw back in the day. It was
kind of like a White Claw thing.
It was it was malt liquor disguised as a seltzer drink.
Yes.
Yeah. It
absolutely.
was.
It was horrendous. But you know what I'm saying? I tell you, bring whatever you want, and you bring White Claws, and I'm like, I'm not gonna put that anywhere near the stuff everybody else wants to drink. That's disrespectful. Yeah,
don't put it near the people drinks.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I'm drinking a Truly, y'all. I'm sorry.
But,
I'm on a diet. I'm on a diet.
That analogy I'm trying to is you could bring whatever you want and you pick this.
But let's look at the words. Let's look at the operative words.
Mm-hmm.
Because yes, it's Doctor Strange 2 in the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
But the two operative words here are multiverse and madness. In the multiverse, you give us 2 universes and 17 of them, like 2 seconds. And look, if you don't want to do too much multiverses, that's fine. But madness, like
another man.
Let's get nuts. Let's get mad.
Yeah.
And you know what? I told this to Cap last episode. There was a lot of people, because Cap said this back then. Cap was like, yo, if you're going to go nuts. It's madness. And there's a lot of people that had that same complaint. Like, okay, we went like maybe semi-mad, maybe a quarter mad. We didn't go full mad. We did not go full mad.
Yeah. You didn't see any possessions. None of that shit.
I know it was a reshoot, but Mr. Reed, Mr. Richards, fucking turn around going, yo, our Doctor Strange caused an incursion, and you being here has started another thing. And as he's talking, that room that they were in with the glass boxes, they just cut to that and pan, and there's Hannibal King from Blade. There's Johnny Storm. Like, you just have them in there. You didn't need like 15 extra scenes with people. You just turn around like, yo, these motherfuckers just started showing up here. And like, oh, who showed up? Bang. And then you're like, oh, look, he was there. There.
It's kind of like in X-Men. Sorry, kind of like in Deadpool when he opens up the door in the mansion and it's just the X-Men class in there. And then they don't even say anything. He literally just close the door, move on. Like,
yo, they could have done that. Traveling to every dimension. You could have put people in there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's so,
and again, we're going by the writer. The writer has said that he thought about this, but it didn't feel right. In the Multiverse of Madness, this doesn't feel right.
Here's the funny thing.
It's like having a naked chick on your bed and you rock hard and she's stroking your shit like, this don't feel right.
This don't feel right.
It don't get any harder than this.
I should get you an Uber.
Yeah, yeah.
Full chub.
No.
Full chub.
Go ahead, Cap. I'm sorry.
Well, no, you guys go ahead with the tone of the show shit. I'm only here for comics.
Hey man, we gotta relate to the people when they hear this. They gotta know what we're talking about.
I would love to see you on the Tone Show.
No, I'm the reason I'm this complexion is because I'm vanilla. The funny thing is, Spider-Man No Way Home opened up rifts and just put fucking cloud outlines of people. And we all went, that's Rhino. That's this dude. And we went nuts. And nobody had a problem with it. And everybody's like, yo, who else can we find? They could have did the same shit here. And then we would have been, instead of talking about this, we would have been talking about, yo, who else did you find?
Yeah.
What videos did you see that brought up other people we didn't notice?
You know what should have happened? They're in a universe looking for the fucking sanctum. And they can't find it.
And they find the mansion.
They run into Loki. And Strange is like Loki's like, Strange. And he's like, which Loki are you? Like, because he knows Loki, but no one else knows Loki.
Yeah.
And Loki's like, oh, I gotta be from your dimension. What are you doing here? Everything's fucked up. And Loki goes mad.
That's
and
cool
he just
because
fucking goes somewhere.
That's cool because no one would notice Loki. And it's like, yo, you're from my world. How do you know me? How do you know who I am? And it's like, oh, in our world, we got that. Yo, that would be freaking that's kind of creepy, and it would fit with the movie's vibe.
Yeah, because
with the horror vibe of it, it would.
You mentioned incursions, but not the TVA. Like, who knows about these timelines that are messing up? Like, how do you know?
The TVA is down at the time, but the same way that Reed portaled in is very reminiscent of the TVA.
Yeah,
very reminiscent.
But remember when Loki killed Homeboy, the TVA changed.
Yeah. And now it's Kang's TVA.
Yeah. So they could have been, Reed could have been the smartest man in the world and figured it out that the TVA exists. And they could have been like somebody off for the Illuminati from like, yo, this dude's caused an incursion. We're going to have to erase him.
I think we're going to see exactly that sooner or later somewhere in this whole multiversal war. I think maybe not necessarily exactly what you said, but I think you're on the right path for sure, Toe. For sure.
Because Kang is a descendant of Stark.
Kang is a descendant of Reed Richards.
Of Reed Richards, yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
No wonder he's such an asshole.
Right? Yeah.
People forget, son. Reed Richards is a prick. He's not Tony Stark prick, but he's a prick.
He's not Tony Stark. He's more of a know-it-all.
Yeah. But the point is,
he gets douchey about
it. Like a huge dick when he wants to.
Yes.
Sometimes he talks to people, he'll be like, yo, you're talking down to me, son. I'll stab you in the face. Don't play with me, man.
Him and Johnny Storm get into it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
Yo, I'm much as cool as, seeing the whole fan cast John Krasinski shit. I much rather would have had I'm losing my words here. I would have preferred to see the guy who played him in the Fox films.
That dude.
Show up as Reed Richards, right? And then turn around during the Illuminati thing. Let her kill Black Bolt, but don't tell her how to kill Black Bolt. Or even just something's in the building. Shit. And then you just see fire. And then when it stops, it's fucking Chris Evans as Johnny Storm. Because then you can kill those guys. And then we'll be like, yo, the Fantastic Four must be in our universe somewhere. They're in this one.
Yeah.
And then we would have got a Fantastic Four little pop. Chris Evans showing up as Johnny Storm would have been amazing.
That would have made perfect sense because it's almost like that universe that they numbered that really doesn't exist would be the Sonyverse.
Or the Fox Sony shit, whatever. Because even
whack ass movies.
Even Professor X.
Yeah.
Even Professor X as the cartoon one is still on Fox channel. That's still a Fox thing.
Yeah. And that big ass chair he didn't fit in.
And think about how think about how we get it that the sudden death of Black Bolt was like, oh, jarring. Yeah. But think about if you want to go for a really horror feel, think about Johnny Storm landing. He didn't even put the flames out himself. He lands, goes to shoot a fireball. It's his hand. It's his arm. And the more the flame goes out on him to reveal that it's Chris Evans, we all sitting there like, oh, it's Chris Evans. And it dawns on us, oh, no, she's choking the shit out of him. That's why he's losing his fucking fire. And she's killing him. That would have been the ultimate mind fuck. Because in the same moment, we would have been like, yeah, oh, no.
He's talking about if Chris Evans came as Johnny Storm and Wanda basically suffocated him by taking the oxygen away from his fire. So when he reveals himself, it's like, oh, that's it. Wait, she's suffocating and dying. It would have been a death reveal.
I mean, you were going to kill him off anyways. You could literally have put whoever you wanted in that scene. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Extra, when we first started talking about it last week, the first thing I said, I would have liked another 20 minutes in Illuminati HQ. Maybe not necessarily just there, but I would have liked some extra time there. You know what does suck? I do feel bad for John Krasinski a little bit because this was a fan casting that everybody's been wanting for so bad, but they wrote him so kind of dumb with that stupid line. Like, hey, look, this guy could kill you in 1 second. So now he's like this big meme. It's like, man, y'all were asking for this. Now y'all can't stop trashing me. John Krasinski, is not your fault. We loved you as Reed Richards, but your writing was a little dumb. We want to see you redeem yourself in whatever you come up next.
Listen, John, it didn't feel right.
It didn't?
Yeah.
No, to go off of what Toe said earlier, that's like, oh, I got a date with the hottest chick in the world. Nice. What are we going to do? We're going to Skype because she's got to go to work tomorrow. 10 minutes to talk to me. And after 10 minutes, she's like, it's cool. I got to see the fucking hottest woman in the world and speak to her, but ultimately, what the fuck was the point? I could have fucking did without it.
We still got blue balls. We still got blue balls, essentially. Yeah.
Yo, we got even worse than that because now, is he gonna be is he gonna be Reed? Is he gonna direct it? Now there's even more questions. So if he's here now, where the fuck are ours?
Yeah.
Where the fuck are ours that should have been here now?
Yeah. No, yeah. It was horrible. It sucks that they did him like that. I know a lot of people are saying that they did Wanda dirty. We know Wanda will get her shine somewhere else, and she still did a great job. At least she had a movie and lines. This guy showed up for 5 seconds. They killed him off. He did the dumbest thing the smartest man in the world did the dumbest thing in the world, and now he's a huge meme.
I'm actually gonna give him a little bit of a pass on that because
he was trying to be diplomatic.
No, not even diplomatic. What has Lay been saying? That he's too smart and he doesn't have humanity and he's a dick. The over arrogance of sitting there and having to explain he can do this with blah 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 blah. That is a Reed Richards thing to do.
Yeah.
Is to have to explain something that needs no explanation and ultimately fucks up.
That's literally no common sense.
Yeah, I will give that a pass.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, the one that got it the worst is Black Bolt. He literally got it worse than anybody else.
I swear to God, I think Kevin Feige went, whoever made the Inhumans television show, I hate him so much. Bring him back. Because we are gonna fucking demolish everything. That was Kevin Feige. Like, yo, you want to make TV without me? Bang.
It's funny because they can do that kind of shit now. Any kind of Marvel property that has just kind of just been there, they could be like, maybe bring them in another universe and get rid of them right away. That's really what it. But I mean, obviously we're gonna see another version of the Illuminati. I don't think Black Bolt is a one-off. I don't think.
Well, Strange
is going to have to make his own, right?
When the incursion starts happening, he's going to need an Illuminati to figure out what to do.
Sure.
No, but you know what the thing is though is like I no longer have hope for these niggas now because
we'll get a better Illuminati. We'll get a better one. I think.
My actual hope for this movie was an explanation about shit. Like a lot of things was like, yo, WandaVision happened because Wanda died, but then we saw people come back. Right, we saw people come back from the blip. We saw how people were adjusting from coming back to the blip, and how the world wasn't ready for half the population to come back at once, and the chaos.
That was cool stuff. Amazing.
But we never saw any cosmic consequences for all of that energy being dissipated and bringing back. Like we never saw any things like any fuck ups from that. The snap happening 3 times pretty much in our universe. Now that the multiverse is happening, we're not seeing any tears or any explanations or any our universe goes by these rules and your universe doesn't. Like how the timeline shit, they're in the quantum realm, the fucking Infinity Stones don't work. How come none of that changed anything?
Crazy.
That's
crazy.
What happened to Spider-Man? Like you acknowledge he exists, but do you not remember who he is? Is he you talk about him like you know him, but we're supposed to believe you don't know who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you talk about him like he's a friend, but you erase your own memory on who this guy is?
They talked about a Spider-Man, but it's weird. It's
but
weird.
I get
it. It's weird. I
But
get what you're saying.
I get what Toe's saying. In a world where there are no secret identities,
Yeah.
why would you talk about Spider-Man without a hint of I don't know who the fuck this guy is?
Yeah, you could have said something like,
Yeah.
I remember him vaguely, but I don't know. There's a Spider-Man around there somewhere. Like, yeah, like at least like the same thing you said, Cap, the other day. Like, at least acknowledge when he had the Doctor Strange outfit on. He was like, "Ain't you die?" You know, it's those little details. It's those little details that change it.
Speaking of details, so before we run off on a rant, I was watching something the other day, and in Infinity War, Thanos calls out that the Eye of Agamotto that was holding the Time Stone was a fake. He knew it was fake. He said it was fake. And he also said, I knew it was fake because you never used it against me. So the one that Strange has in Spider-Man and in this movie, that's the real Eye of Agamotto.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so that was just the cosmic cube holding the fucking the Infinity Stone, pretty much. No, it makes sense. The second post said that. Okay, good.
No, what I was gonna say is I think that is what I just described. I think is what the problem is with Phase 4 of Marvel. Is when we were building up to Infinity War, there was a clear path. Like, okay, so that led to that. That led to that. That led to that. Now we're here. This is so subtle that instead of going, all right, this leads into that, that leads into that, they just turn around and goes, here's a thread, here's a thread, here's a thread. And when we get down the line and you see it, you'll turn around and go, oh, this is how it all connected. So instead of telling us up front, they're going to lay all the groundwork so we understand what an incursion is. We understand what a multiverse is. We understand what these little terms are. And then when it hits us, we can then look back and go, I see where it all came
like a Ultron situation type of deal.
Something like so I think that's what's going on with this is they're subtly laying they're laying the groundwork for not Phase 4 but for Phase 6.
Excuse me.
Because you guys, we forget we had to go through Phase 1, 2, and then 3,
and
to get to Thanos and Infinity War and all that. So we're gonna have to go through 4, 5, and then 6 to get all this shit and the finale of this.
As long as we leave the Eternals alone.
Yeah.
Which by the way, I think the Eternals, see again, subtleness. I think the Eternals was the cosmic consequence of the snap. But because there's no direct through line, it's easily missed.
No, you're right. That is a consequence. It was a terrible movie. We paid it.
I'm not gonna defend the Eternals anymore. I'm outgunned here. I'm outmatched. I know.
I've tried.
His word. Yeah. All right. So the next post that was put in the chat was,
this is when I lost it.
Well, this is
the Deadpool one. Oh,
no, not the Deadpool one. Yeah, it's Doctor Strange Sue Scroll, whatever the fuck. Says Scarlet Witch versus the Illuminati fight scene was inspired by 1986 Aliens. I just love how Aliens goes through great lengths to tell you how badass the Space Marines are, and then just get slaughtered. When the fuck was that ever a good idea?
Well, first of all, let's understand. I want you to understand the dynamics of two things. The Space Marines did not have a history in the comic books. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The Space Marines told you in that movie that they were badass. That's all it said. In comic book, we know that Reed Richard, Black Bolt,
Professor X,
Captain Marvel.
He'll be back.
Kevin Feige got him.
He'll be back. Less stressed.
Yeah.
Less stressed.
But the point is, you can't compare one to the other. It isn't. You're an idiot if you're doing that. If you the term he had a line about the Terminator thing that makes sense.
Yeah,
Wanda destroying those Ultron bots. That was I get it. She's pissed. This coming through like she just finished leaving Target and now she's getting eradicated Illuminati. No, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm not buying it. And that's your explanation for it? That's your thing?
he gotta shut up. He has to stop talking.
Yeah, my man. Do yourself a favor, man. Don't do more interviews, bro.
No more interviews, man. Stop talking. Let Kevin Feige handle all multiverse shit. Don't say anything about
damage control abilities are amazing.
They are.
But Kevin Feige's not any better.
He does work himself into a corner.
Now all of a sudden, the events of Loki enabled all this other shit to happen. Okay, but now,
sorry, but I take my victory.
Tell me, so did the spell fuck up and cause a rift, or did Sylvie cause an incursion? An incursion, and that fucked up his spell. Like, which chicken and egg here? What the fuck what happened,
brother? I love the fact that he said it, but I do not envy of explaining it.
Yeah.
I don't envy how you can explain that.
That's what I say all the time. That's what I say all the time here. Marvel has reasons for everything. They just don't always make sense. In fact, as of late, most of the time, it doesn't make sense. And we just love Marvel, and they know we love Marvel, and they know they have a cash cow in their hands, so they can put a piece of shit in a little box and put a bow on it and say, here, marry us. And we're like, okay, it doesn't smell that bad.
Yeah,
the
check
presentation
this out,
is
man.
amazing.
Check this out. Shang-Chi came out, right?
Absolutely.
And apparently, Shang-Chi is now a mixed reviewed movie. Now all of a sudden, Shang-Chi is on the fence, whether good or bad. Eternals came out.
Late Space says it all.
Eternals is leaning bad. Black Widow came out. That's another one on the fence, whether good or bad. Doctor Strange came out, and I'm talking about Marvel movies, not the Spider-Man and Sony. It's a different thing.
Yeah.
But the Marvel movies, Doctor Strange came out. That's so far certain. That's leaning on the fence too, because I've seen more positive shit for it than I've anticipated. But that's the movies, 4 of them that you brought out that are leaning on the fence, whether good or bad. But yet the TV shows, WandaVision, everybody loves. Loki, everybody loves. Cap and Winter Soldier, everybody loves.
I was gonna bring this
Moon Knight, everybody loves. And what do the TV shows have that the movies don't?
Time to explain shit.
Yes, but besides that,
connection.
The shows are not connected to shit. We know that the shows branch off because of other things, but within the shows themselves, they're not connected to the other shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're just telling the story that they want to be told within a corner of the world we know already exists.
I mean, Hawkeye and Moon Knight are perfect examples of that. Hawkeye and Moon Knight are like, this is my plot.
So the show, because it's funny, I was gonna bring this up. The shows expect us to know things, but don't throw it in our face, and they just do their own contained story. I was actually gonna bring this up, Cap. I'm so glad you said it. Cap, would you guys be okay if the MCU were to just stop doing movies and just continue with shows?
I would be okay if they mainly went to shows. And their big crossover Avenger shits, those were the movies.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing.
Because remember, back in the day, there was some connective tissue and some people would jump into movies. But for the most part, we had Iron Man trilogy, Thor trilogy, Cap trilogy. And then, boom, we'll meet for Avengers. Yeah. And then we have some other movies, blah, 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 blah. And they were connected and there was some deleted post-credit scenes, but they were contained, and then boom, we had the big thing. Now it's like everything is just everywhere, man. Like you don't know who's gonna show up anywhere. This is a Doctor Strange movie where fucking Wanda took the lead. If I would have told you this was gonna happen back in Age of Ultron, you would have looked at me like I was crazy.
You know what the crazy shit is though. From Endgame forward backwards, every single movie was what Cap just described. Yeah. It was a solitary movie that's told a story, and then the end scenes bring them all together.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, Cam just said that comes down. But my thing is when that whole TV show is a perfect thing because characters that don't seem interesting can become interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's characters like Ant-Man seems one-dimensional, right? But if you
give me an Ant-Man show.
Yeah, but when you get to story with his family, with his daughter, you know, the way everything goes, you can even do a flashback to Hank Pym. The way you know, the way he was a shit show of a person. You know what I mean? Or you can really do a good one is you can show the we know from the comics, not the comedian we have now. You know, the arrogant douchebag that everybody knows. That he was really reassured, but he was a little dim-witted too, but not to the point where he's this guy. Now, I'm not saying I don't love him. Don't get me wrong, folks. I love Ragnarok. I love all that. It's better than part 2, that shit show we got. What I'm trying to say is there is a
like the Dark World.
There is a Thor that we're not getting that we get in the comics.
Yeah,
reassured, arrogant, and I understand in part 1, you know, he was supposed to not be that way anymore. But even when he got the hammer back in the comics, it made him worse.
Yeah,
because he realized, I could just do this for a little bit and I come back and I can be the douchebag I am. You know what I mean? You can do this and expand on these folks. You're smart, and then you can throw in your Betty Ray Bills. You know what I mean? And Nova can have a show. Nova can run into the Beyonder and all these people.
Yeah,
you got 6 to 8 episodes you can mess with.
There's a lot of Nova rumors as of late.
Yeah, a lot. Once you go anything that has to do with the cosmics, Nova's going to be shown. Nova and Adam Warlock are always going to be a constant. Always. Oh, Adam's going to show up. Should have been in Infinity War, but you know that didn't happen.
Yeah, I'm going to switch over to a different thing because this is dying and running slow. So I'll be back in 2 seconds.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
the iPad.
Yeah, I'm getting messages about this.
Like I saw that.
I
saw that Echo thing and I got excited because it's ground level. And Cabs and myself, we absolutely love ground level stuff.
We cannot. I think that's why the shows are so good because there's so much time to explore shit that you can have just meaningful conversations between multiple characters, and it's just like bro, I know the scene between Bucky and Sam was a little weird that they're throwing the shield back and forth to each other. Remove the shield. That's a really incredible conversation between those two people. And that shit was like, 5 minutes? Yep. You can't really do that in a 2-hour movie. Or maybe you can't take that much time. I get it. You can. But like, there's so much time to explore in these movies that in these shows, like, I don't know. I am a little more excited about the shows. I am.
The funny part is that scene has been building since the first episode.
Yeah.
So, like, I understand exactly what you're saying. You can, in a 2-hour movie, you can't build it that way.
Yeah.
But in a series, all of a sudden they get to that conversation, and you're like, yo, since the first episode, this conversation was needed to happen. And now it's concluding. Yeah.
And obviously, these are first world problems where we're like, the movie didn't have enough time. Give us 6 episodes on Disney Plus. Obviously, this is, it's funny. I said that about the Matrix, the latest Matrix. I was like, man, maybe they should have made this a show.
Absolutely correct.
5 years ago, we're not, but 5-6 years ago, we're not talking like that, right? No, whole make the movie a show, that's relatively new. That's new. Like, that's just some new shit now. During COVID and all that shit, people were like, fuck it, we'll just make some TV shows, or maybe a little before that. So I get it that it's first world problems, but like, these shows are kicking ass and these movies are dragging ass. Yeah. I don't agree with the Shang-Chi thing. I think Shang-Chi was good. It just had a rough ending.
Listen,
I think out of the ones that you just mentioned, Shang-Chi is probably the strongest. And I think you feel the same way. You've said before how much you like that movie.
Yeah, I do. But so I was reading or I was looking at a thing where they were like comparing the box office drop to for Doctor Strange compared to the 2020 Phase 4 movie, and talking in that the drop for Shang-Chi was almost as big as the one for Doctor Strange now, and the gentleman talking about it was was talking in terms of how it dropped in its second week because it didn't catch on with people.
Yeah.
But because it was in the pandemic and it did better than Black Widow, the media talked about it as a success versus a failure, where Doctor Strange is being looked at as a failure for almost a similar drop. So he was going off for like the nuance from it. And the evidence he showed, people, the opinion has waned a little bit on Shang-Chi. And it could be because of Simu.
Simu is out of control right now.
Yeah, all the shit he's saying, going after other cast members for their beliefs, going after
who?
Simu Liu, Shang-Chi. He's talking hella shit now. Like, bro, this guy's a little gassed up. Like, he's a Hollywood thing now, and he's just being very open about his dislikes about certain things. Like, as of the most recent thing he did was talk about Ethan Hawke and his character and the way he spoke Mandarin in Moon Knight. Apparently, it was like gibberish. And I know Simu Liu was playing, and he was like, "Yo, he needs to fire his Mandarin coach." But it's like, Simu, you're part of something a lot bigger now. I know you don't understand this because you just hit the scene, but you gotta chill with what you're saying, bro. Even if you believe that, like, you hurting the brand, fam. Yeah. We want to see you again, Simu.
To be honest, he shouldn't have said anything about. Well, he should have run after the writers, because why would you write it to be gibberish? Have him say something, and then for sure. If Ethan Hawke doesn't pronounce it correctly or something, say something to Ethan. But you can't be mad at Ethan for them. They just handed him this. It's like, yo, say this.
Correct. You going after the wrong person.
Yeah. It's not like, see, I would understand if we found out that Ethan Hawke is fluent in Mandarin. And then it's like, all right, then you could have fucking took it upon yourself. But
yeah.
I mean, when you're not fluent in the language and they're telling you just read this in this manner, at the time of doing the show, you don't really know what the fuck you're saying. You're trusting the people around you to not make you look stupid.
Exactly.
It's the same thing with all the CGI shit. You're not actually doing anything, so you're trusting that the people who are adding in the CGI is going to make you look good.
And you know, they related it back to, and they actually gave credit to Scarlett Johansson for doing the work and learning Russian. So they like compared it to that, like, okay, she took the time. Man, Phase 4 started good with these shows, but these movies are like raising a lot of questions. Like, are these people really in it like the original 6 were? You know what I mean? Because it's damn, Cap, I'm so glad you brought that up about Simu, because the first thing people said was like, yo, Scarlett legit learned Russian. That she can have a conversation in Russian right now if she wanted to. Obviously, she's not fluent, she won't be great at it, but she can control herself and like defend herself, I mean. So Simu gotta chill though. Simu gotta chill.
Yeah, but she had like 4 or 5 movies where she had to speak Russian. And she's playing a Russian character. Ethan Hawke had like 4 or 5 episodes. He had one episode with Mandarin in it. Forgive me if I didn't spend a fucking year learning Mandarin for the 2 lines I had to say. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Shishini.
Shifu sometimes just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no, I don't like what he's doing.
Up, you know?
He's getting too Hollywood. It's getting to his head, and he's been saying a lot of dumb shit lately. He's been in fire a lot.
You guys also gotta look at it this way. We had Robert Downey Jr. For the most part, since he's been Iron Man, not a damn thing wrong with him. Since he's been Iron Man.
Yep.
Cap, Chris Evans. Nothing wrong with him.
Yeah.
ScarJo, nothing wrong with her. Hawkeye, there was that little bit of thing, but it really wasn't his fault.
We got over it quick.
Samuel L. Jackson, nothing with him. Bruce Banner, nothing with him. But now you transition to the Phase 4 people. Brie Larson is a problem. Evangeline Lilly's a problem. The girl from Black Panther, his sister's a problem. Simu is depending on what side of the fence you're on, it's a problem. Like, where the movies are with the stars we have left, they're fucking massive problems.
Yeah. They're a lot younger. They're a lot younger. They hit the Twitter a lot because Robert Downey has been in the game so long that he knows that if he has problems with anything in the MCU, he's not gonna put it on the gram. He's not gonna go to Twitter about it. You know, he's smarter than that.
He's made enough mistakes. He's made all the mistakes to be
correct.
He's made all the mistakes to be made. He goes, I already did all that. It's out of my system. Now I just want to make money.
The episode when he was on Joe Rogan, really good. The podcast with him on Joe Rogan, incredible. They didn't even know each other like that. They had a really good episode. It's pretty cool. Shrek with his drug addiction. It's a shame.
Word.
We about to speak about some green people in a bit.
Yeah. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness writer reveals why they decided not to feature House of M and X-Men. It didn't feel like this was the right place to introduce it because then it would suddenly have just been about mutants.
As you like to say, how, Sway?
Madness, you say?
You know what's crazy? I've been wanting House of M so bad, and Cap has been keeping me off the ledge. He's like, Caps, don't go for it. You don't want to go down this path. And I'm like, you're right, Cap. I don't want to go down this path. He's been keeping me sane. I've been talking House of M since like the first episode here, and Cap is like, dude, chill. You're gonna overhype yourself. Don't do it. And it's like now he needs to not talk. Everything would have been fine in my life to this point had he not uttered the words House of M. And now people are trying to say, oh, well, we kind of already had House of M with WandaVision.
No.
Where?
Listen. I get it. She created a little pocket reality. House of M, this bitch changed the world. Okay? Okay? Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Don't try to give me a consolation prize here. Don't do it.
That's like if you send a picture of your cock to a chick, she goes, well, we kind of had sex already. No.
No.
No, that's not how it works. Just because you've seen it.
And it's funny because Cap said it here plenty of times. He was like, yo, how about we don't do House of M exactly the same, where she says no more mutants. She loses her shit and says, bring out the mutants. Now we put levity on Professor X being there. We put weight on it.
And the thing is, and here's the thing, it didn't feel right. It would have blah, blah, blah. You have fucking Professor X. He talked to her. Maybe, because in our MCU, maybe she's a mutant, maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. We don't know how the fuck she's Scarlet Witch.
Nice.
But maybe in there, maybe in 863 or whatever the fuck that was.
838.
Maybe she is a mutant there.
Yeah.
And when Wanda hears mutant and takes it the wrong way, it's like, oh, so I'm a mutant. So I'm a freak. Okay. When she snaps Xavier, everybody's a mutant, or bring on mutants, or let there be mutants. Something.
More mutants.
More mutants. Even the dream walking, even her dream walking into her could have led to some shit like that, man.
It could have been revealed that she took over the thing, but she could have said it, and we could have snapped to. We could have did something for later on down the road where we look at where we legit just pan to some seemingly random person who all of a sudden just like and like starts to freak out, and then we cut away, and now the rest of the movie happens, and that's one of the things after the movie we're like, yo, that movie was cool. Was that a mutant? Was that the first? How many other people did that? And then we could sprinkle some shit throughout the rest of the fucking.
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but I'm not even gonna bring that shit up.
We know we're not writers over here, y'all. We know that, but we're going off what the writer is saying. Like that's the point that I want to keep driving home. Like it's there. The formula has been there the entire time. Like don't call it Multiverse of Madness. Say Doctor Strange 2. That's it. Not everything needs a colon subtitle.
You know what?
This should have
been Doctor Strange versus
or in the multiverse. In the multiverse.
This should have been Doctor Strange versus Wanda.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So Supreme versus Scarlet Witch or whatever,
Yeah.
But look, when you have the key figure to the House of M, the key figure, the one, literally, that's why not? Why not? Why the fuck not? Why not just a little bit?
Yeah.
At one point, like the perfect way Cap said it, somebody's walking by, lights a cigar and goes. Logan starts smelling. He goes.
Something's weird here. Something's weird.
Simple. It's a simple little thing.
Hey, you can even pull up.
Cowboy hat on. He goes.
You can even pull up on Spider-Man now. You can pull up on Spider-Man with MJ. Like, yo, hold on.
Spidey senses tingling.
Doctor Strange did a thing. You're not supposed to know her. Like, this is weird, Spider-Man. Like, you're supposed to be Dolo. Again, I'm not a writer. I'm not a writer. I'm not a biter. I'm a writer. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a writer, bro. I'm not a writer. But what I'm saying is we could throw in Spider-Man there. And I get it. This might get a little too convoluted. But my point is here, don't say the House of M ain't feel right. You literally been building up. Like, I'm sorry. This is a personal topic for me. I have not stopped saying House of M since we started this motherfucker.
This is the fucking thing.
Correct. You can go back and watch the episodes.
That's
legit.
Not only don't say House of M didn't feel right. For anybody who's saying we kind of had a House of M, okay, what was taken away and what was given back?
Yeah.
House of M was all Wanda we're feeling persecuted. So you don't like us? Everybody's like us. Shit. I overcorrected? Nobody's like us. What was that here? What's the equivalent? The equivalent is she took over a town of 60 people and then killed the Illuminati. That's not the same.
Yeah, that's not the same.
And there's sprinkles of it. There's sprinkles. The reason House of M happened is because Tony's in the comics, because Tony Stark and Doctor Strange said, yo, you're crazy. You don't have real kids. Oh, word? Wow, no more humans. There was a little vision sprinkled into there too. But it's like, don't tell me we have House of M. We have not had House of M. And this, maybe you don't even have to do it. But now they're talking about Wanda is going to start filming her own solo project.
You know what would have been crazy? If, let's say in that other universe, when she dream walked into that other Wanda, Beast would have tried to fucking talk to Wanda and like, Wanda, we've been through this already. Like, how many, like, do you need another session? Your kids were not real. They were a manifestation of your powers as a mutant. And she goes, I ain't no fucking mutant. Like, yes, you are. No, mutants are beneath me. Voof. And then all the mutants in that fucking universe just disappeared.
We could have done it all.
Can we just bring up real quick, since we're on the topic of Wanda and her kids not being real, but being real to her.
I got a theory about how they could have made that better.
What I have a theory on how they could have made it better too.
Can we just bring up the fact that at the end of WandaVision, yes, she's dealing with grief or whatever, but she's come to some sort of terms with the fact that she had to sacrifice her kids, in order to release everybody, to set everybody free, because she knew that what she was doing was wrong.
Yeah.
And she literally says, I'm going to figure out what this power is. And then we hear the kids endangered. So as we know, she was reading the Darkhold in order to figure out how to deal with her powers. And within doing so, she heard her kids in danger. How did we go from she was dealing with it to instant fucking Terminator?
The relapse is real.
With no acknowledgement in this movie that she still believes, because every single time we see or hear about the twins, they were fine.
Yep. They weren't in danger the whole movie.
So again, the movie's telling us. See, this is the problem I had with Spider-Man. The movie's telling us that Wanda is trying to get her kids, but they're fine. But the knowledge we had coming into this was somewhere in the universe, she believes they're in trouble. Why would she not tell that to Doctor fucking Strange?
I have a question for you, Cap. I have a question. And I watched the movie twice and I don't remember, so before Strange, America Rasputin, and Wanda fight. By the way, shout out to the way she brings out the Darkhold. It's very like karate kung fu. She's like she brings it out the way she's kind of like, I think it's really badass. But like when she brings out the Darkhold so that she can show to Strange that her kids are out there, they're not screaming. They're fine, right? Yeah. They're fine. So I know I'm gonna go later, but the minute Toe said that he wanted to talk about this again, I started thinking about how we can save this movie, and that is the number one thing that I would talk about, the kids and the danger. And I got a crazy pie in the sky theory that I honestly believe could not fix this movie, but help it. And I would like to run it by y'all, and y'all jump in how we always do, and we could do Marvel's job how we always do.
Movie.
Yes, and I'll talk about it later. Let me know, because I got some theories. I got a theory of how we could do it.
I'm telling you right now, at 11 o'clock, we're gonna end whatever conversation we have. We're gonna start this whole.
Everybody,
so
how can we fix it? How can we fix it?
We get sufficient time with this shit. So we're gonna run through. Here's something that I gave the finger to in the chat, I believe. Doctor Strange.
Middle finger.
Yes, like, I remember this one.
Not remember this kind of finger.
Specifically.
Yeah.
I was like, see,
I saw you put the finger on the...
Doctor Strange knew about Fantastic Four because there was a group of the same name that came in the 60s on Earth 616 and potentially disappeared. I gave it a that. I gave it a that.
I think that was a joke.
No. How? So hold on. Chronologically, Doctor Strange became Doctor Strange in like 2014. Right?
Yeah.
So how would he have known? How would he have knowledge of a superhero family in the 60s?
No.
When Marvel had told us Cap was first, then they skipped all the way to Carol Danvers, then it was Tony, and we started from there. How does he have knowledge that nobody else in the world has fucking said anything about?
He says, Doctor Strange says, Fantastic Four, didn't you guys chart in the 60s? Doctor Strange is like a music guy. In Doctor Strange 1, he's always into music. So there was a group, it's 4 black dudes, called the Fantastic Four. And they had a hit in the 60s. I think he references in Doctor Strange. It's a stupid joke, though. And I agree. Because that's when Marvel gets too cute. And how many times have we said that here? That Marvel tends to get a little too cute sometimes. Because it's like, the Fantastic Four came out in the 60s. And that's how they're trying to, again, too cute. That does deserve a middle finger.
That joke was in the movie?
So, Doctor Strange says, Fantastic Four, didn't you guys chart in the 60s? There is like a group called the Fantastic Four, like a music group.
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I was so bored, I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of shit that we missed, bro. And even on my second watch along, there's a lot of shit we missed.
Had I heard that, I might have had a different reaction just now.
He says, didn't you guys chart in the 60s? The fact that he says chart makes me think that he's talking about a music group. And in Doctor Strange 1, we hear him. Surgery. He knows his music very well. So
yeah, he's doing the surgeries and they're quizzing him on it.
I still agree with you, Cap and Toe. It's still too cute. It's too cute.
Yeah. You know, son, had I had known that was a joke actually said in the movie, I might have been like, that's kind of funny.
It is, but
I didn't know. I thought that was somebody in the chat saying it.
Yeah, no, you thought he really knew that the Fantastic Four been out since the 60s.
No,
like, bro, how?
I thought somebody was saying that he knew. I was like, that's impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible.
I didn't know. All right.
It's a meta joke that didn't land. It didn't stick the landing. It's a meta joke. It's ridiculous. Oh, man. Now I'm just getting mad for no reason.
Nah, hey, no, there's a reason.
Yeah,
Welcome
there's a reason.
to the dark side.
All right, so here goes some other shit.
A Deadpool thing.
I haven't got to that one yet.
That's the one that really set me off.
That's recent, right? That's recent, or is that?
So I've been watching a lot about that.
Ones. All right, because this is the one where you mentioned Kang. He goes, "In what could be the most brilliant instance of subtle references, Reed Richards is seen using the same tech that the TVA uses in Loki. Yeah. This is a hint that connects Reed Richards and Kang, who are related in the comics."
I was okay. I was okay with this.
It's a subtle reference, but it's the fastest shit I've ever seen. To be honest with you, all I saw was this motherfucker's face and nothing else. I don't remember him portaling and shit. Even though
when he first comes in, he has the blue shit up top. Yeah. It kind of like
the bubble on Black Bolt's head lasted longer before he fucking dropped than what the fuck they seeing.
I still have that image of just like
drooping,
like you can see it's so gross, bro.
You know, but it's not like it's not like if they would have been like, when Doctor Strange and America Vespucci was walking the streets, there was a fucking poster of the TVA on the wall that no one noticed. That would have been like, oh shit, you little tidbit. But you're literally doing look and then putting it down like that don't matter to me. It don't help me out.
Marvel does a lot of subtle, stupid shit. Like that.
But I'm not. What I gotta watch this in fucking super slow motion? Like when they had that shit in Shang-Chi where Bruce Banner had that shit on his arm.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that.
I legitimately said he had some shit on his arm that could have healed him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Remember, I told you that he had some shit on his arm. You're like, this is whatever. It was long enough for me to realize it. It wasn't boom boom, and then I super slow moded, zoomed in, looked up his fucking ass crack, and found it.
The teleporter thing could be a reach. You know, we talk about people reaching here. It could just be a reach.
Because he came from the top, right? He teleported down from it. It wasn't a golden door that they walked through.
I think he teleported. Yeah, like it was like the thing showed up and then he like kind of It's weird.
Here's the thing. Here's two things. One, this is Reed Richards. Him coming up with technology is not outside the bounds of
something
that had it's kind of like this, but it has nothing to do with that.
He just fucking
made some shit up.
It's what he does. That's what I'm saying, Cap. I think it's a reach. I think it's a reach. Because he just creates shit. Like that's what he does.
In Loki, did He Who Remained, did he ever refer to himself as Nathaniel Richards?
No, not once. The internet would have blown up.
Yeah, you would have said that?
Yeah, the internet would have blown up.
So here's my question. And I hate to be that guy. Because we're a room full of Hispanics. So I hate to be the guy who's about to say something who a guy like me would say. But how the fuck
say it?
How do we, I don't know how. If he's still Nathaniel Richards, I don't know how we get from white bread to burnt toast. Like, where in the timeline are we gonna find out that they deviated that fucking much?
It's the multiverse, baby. It's a descendant, right?
Megan Good is gonna be
a descendant, though, right?
The Invisible Woman.
Yo, yes.
It's like
I don't know. All I'm saying, your descendant. I mean, I don't know how that goes, but like they're descendants. But you're right. There's a lot of explaining. Comic books are crazy, guys. We tell you every episode. Comic books are nuts.
Here's the thing.
You have a point, though.
What I'm saying is, I'm gonna find an easier time if in the Fantastic Four that we get, they do like they did in Fan Four Stick, where they race swap somebody.
Correct.
Because then I'm like, okay, so somewhere in here we're good. But if they don't, because I'm only saying this in the way genes work. There's a lot of white looking people in my family, hence I look like this. But there are a handful of dark skinned people in my family
that look like Toe.
Looks like him. But what I'm saying is, at a certain point, At a certain point, the dominant gene takes over. So there was a switch clearly on my dad's side at a certain point. If you don't make that switch and you keep telling me that every member of the Fantastic Four that we know of is white, that's a pretty hard fucking switch for now dominant genes to be.
So maybe
he doesn't have blue eyes. He doesn't have.
Maybe they'll explain him as a variant. Maybe they'll explain him as a descendant of a different variant of Kang that was white. Maybe.
Dude, I'm saying is
it's just one of the weird. This is just Marvel being Marvel, drawing themselves into a corner. You say it all the time. They do that a lot.
But what I'm saying is, I don't think we need in the MCU. We don't need him to be Ray.
A descendant. Yeah, I get
we don't need him to be the direct descendant.
We don't
of Palpatine.
We don't. No. We don't.
You know what he could be though?
Or you know what he could be?
He could be somebody that found Reed Richards' notes and technology, and learned from Richards, and that's his knowledge is a descendant of Richards.
Some Facebook Zuckerberg shit.
Kang ultimately is a thief of technology.
Yeah,
he uses technology from the future, kind of like Booster Gold, but smarter.
Yeah,
and more. And he gets it. A Booster Gold kind of guy. And the funny thing is,
he's a time traveling scientist.
I never thought about that before in my life, but Kang is Booster Gold.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I have shit. It just hit me.
Eureka!
Kang is Booster Gold, but just he did it the right way. You know what I mean? That's crazy. I'm upset that I think about this now.
But like I said,
he ultimately just steals technology and uses it, and he's like, "Yo, you guys are a little slower, so I got this stuff from the future to take advantage." And somehow he still loses. He loses.
I'm only saying this because for MCU purposes, I think it would if they're gonna call him Nathaniel Richards.
Yeah.
I think it'll be one, put in a definite fucking family tie.
Absolutely, yes.
You either go all out and I'm a Richards from this. This makes me a Richards, or you turn around and go, I was a nobody. Nobody took me seriously until I took the name of the smartest family in the world.
He could be
the name of Richards.
Absolutely,
he won't take me seriously.
He could be adopted also, right? Because isn't he a great grandson or some shit?
That's what I'm saying. Make him adopt, give him a full family lineage.
Or his fucking son goes out with the black chick. Like you have an interracial couple there.
Yeah. Or play it cute and just turn around and I took the name Richards because he's the grandfather of this technology.
Well, you kind of put yourself in a Ray situation.
Nah.
But Ray took the name of Skywalker.
No, but here's the difference. Ray was a nobody who then was kind of tied to Palpatine but raised by Scott. No, this is clear and cut. Like I said, you're not taking me seriously, but this name holds weight.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I'm gonna take this name.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because what's better? What is more Kang than I'm gonna take your technology? I'm gonna take your name. I'm gonna take your actual time period. I'm gonna take everything you have because what you did took everything away from me.
Mm-hmm. So is this only one variant of Kang, or all Kangs doing this? Yeah, it does say the most dangerous Kang that this one was talking about is the one that took Richard's name, and the other Kangs are just Kang something else.
Well, he definitely made it seem that it was just gonna be him no matter what. So see that's what I'm saying. I don't think you need to have him.
We could keep him separate.
Nathaniel Richards, but not related to Reed and them.
I think you could have each one of them in a different way do the name thing. Either I worked with him for years or whatever like that. Just have a way to do it. Because apparently all variants wind up in the same place. Like they said, all the Doctor Strange are pieces of shit, apparently.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
real
what I'm
quick.
getting at. Am I wrong? Did I not understand that correctly?
No, yeah, no. They didn't made it
Yeah,
clear.
I'm not like, yo, everywhere we go with you, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, they made it clear that every single Doctor Strange is the same.
Legit, Christine says it.
Yeah.
Said, yo,
Yeah.
all of you Doctor Strangers are the same.
Yeah.
Yo,
But hold on, real quick. Last week you bring up a point that somebody said that these people with powers, the Nexus beings all have to look the same.
Mhm.
But every single version of Loki looked different.
Were the ones that were stuck in the void?
Yeah, the kid Loki, the black Loki, the
but
fucking president.
Loki's not a Nexus being. So far, Wanda and Strange are if we're going by that definition, Wanda and Strange are the only Nexus beings.
Would America count as a Nexus being?
No, so America Chavez doesn't
you almost
count
called
because
he was gonna say Vespucci.
Yeah, he was about to. We almost had him.
America Chavez. There's only one of her. There is no multiples of her.
So she's just outside
of it.
She lives. Okay, so she's just a being.
Remember, they exist outside of all of that. Remember, he says it. She says, "Goes, oh, we exist outside of all of
She's
this.
outside the multiverse." Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
she's the exception to the rule.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, so far only Strange and Wanda have been the exact same every time we see them.
That's why Defender's Strange. I was like,
What's a Nexus being then?
It's a very good question. No, a Nexus being is from what I understood is somebody who has the ability to fuck with reality and or the multiverses and like actually permanently affect them.
Okay.
So Franklin Richard would definitely be one.
Yeah.
So it's not it's not an illusionist.
Talk about OP.
Yeah. So
right, but his
controls
the comics he's
time,
not, like
but
said.
Time was in our shit. He wasn't controlling time for everybody's.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, actually, no. Strike that. Kang is the next being because he
erased every other fucking.
That he was himself. Every other version is just him. So Kang.
Because when you see that statues, they're fighting. He's fighting someone that looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
I think it's time. I think it's time to take a week off and watch the entire MCU, including Phase 4. I think it's time for me to take a week off and do that, like Toad did the other day. It's time,
bro.
I will start from the beginning with Captain Marvel. I promise you, I would. It's been a while. I haven't done a MCU watch. How much movies we got now? 29, 30,
28.
28 movies.
I think. Don't quote
me. And there's been 5 shows so far.
Yes.
You know what's funny?
And a 6th coming in June, and a 7th coming in August, and then Thor: Love and Thunder is July.
Yeah, and November is Black Panther 2.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna get delayed. I think
they're done.
No, I think it's on schedule.
Yeah,
oh, really? Okay, cool.
Remember, it's DC and Sony that push all their stuff back pretty much a lot.
Yeah.
No surprise there.
No, for
if you count Spider-Man No Way Home's 28.
Okay.
I think it's time.
Hey, man.
I have not watched Captain Marvel again. I didn't want to see Green Lantern again.
You know, it's not bad. It's not bad until she gets like her knowledge back.
Yeah. The funny thing is, when I watched it, I was like, all right, I'm with it, because it's Marvel. You're gonna miss something.
Yeah.
And I realized I didn't need to watch this shit. I've seen Green Lantern. I know the story. I know how it goes.
I only rewatched it because I rewatched in chronological order.
Oh no, I get it. I get it.
You know what sucks though? They kind of fucked up Captain America because at the end of that movie, Nick Fury starts writing down his Avengers Initiative.
The Avengers Initiative.
And it's based off of Captain Marvel. So Captain Marvel is technically the first Avenger.
Oh.
But Captain America, his movie is the first Avenger.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like,
I don't got time for that right now, Toe.
No, I hear you.
I don't got time for that right now.
But since I'm triggering you, let's go into this shit.
I'm gonna
Doctor Strange.
Wait, let Cap go.
the funny thing with Captain Marvel is I watched that movie in the theaters twice.
Really?
Yes, I went and saw it with Toe, and then I went and saw it with a friend of mine.
Nice.
And the second time, I liked it even more.
Okay.
I was like, yo, I really dig this movie.
You would.
And
you goddamn you, Cap, you would. Go ahead.
2 days ago, I had a video show up on my YouTube feed.
You're still here. You're still here. We still here.
Yeah, we hear you.
So 2 days ago, I had a video.
He looked at that screen like, fuck.
No, because everything froze on my end. So 2 days ago, I had a video show up on why the title was "Why I Hate Strong Female Characters."
I seen that.
Here's the thing. I was like, yo, why am I fucking getting these videos, man? I'm tired of these fucking dudes coming out here and like women, blah, blah, blah.
It's a girl who did it.
Yo, something told me to click on it. I did. And it's actually a female writer.
Yeah.
And she broke down why Captain Marvel is written poorly.
Yeah.
Not that she hates females. She took the Black Widow and Captain Marvel and went point by point and showed how Captain Marvel was written poorly. And as if she was written better, nobody would have a problem with her. And in watching that and seeing what she pointed out, now my opinion on the movie has slightly changed.
It's right there on my YouTube feed.
Yes.
But it's funny. Look, it says why I hate strong female characters, but the subtitle is how to write a strong female character who isn't toxic and annoying. Yo, I've been hovering over that video for a minute. Now that you said something, Cap, I'm gonna watch it.
I suggest everybody to watch.
I'm gonna watch it.
She goes in depth on literary science.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
It has nothing to do with male and with like her being a female or anything, and it has everything to do with the writing of the character, and that will give you that's the type of shit I'm into. Writing characters, writing backstories, all that shit. And now I'm actually gonna go back and watch some other videos she has, because she has a whole thing about writing, like just writing in general and playing D&D. You gotta learn, you gotta write a little bit because you're telling a story.
That's true.
So watching that,
I love that you're a dungeon master. I love that so much. I love that so much.
Watching that is why I have now such strong opinions on how Wanda was written in Doctor Strange. Because I honestly, like I said, the best part of the movie to me was when she went Terminator and went ham and just started fucking chasing them and murdering them. And like, that was probably the best acting I've ever seen Elizabeth Olsen do, because I've never been afraid of her ever.
Yeah.
And then she did that, and I'm like, okay, this girl is a problem.
That's good. That's yeah, I hear you.
But the other aspects of the writing for her, with what this lady has pointed out, has now got me in that mode. Like, yo, a little bit more development, a little bit more in this direction, a little bit more here, and we have the perfect solution, which we're gonna get into.
Yeah.
But I recommend for everybody to go watch that video to see the breakdown of why. Because she even brings it up. She's like, people don't like Brie Larson. And then she shows a couple of interviews and the movies. And she goes, oh, but if you watch Brie Larson in something else, or if you show somebody Brie Larson acting somewhere else, there's no problem with her.
Yeah.
And I started thinking about it. I'm like, yo, she's actually pretty cool in Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
Great in the room. Her commercials. So how many times when her commercials first started coming out with her for Kia, how many times did I tell you, like, yo, if she did that as Captain Marvel, she would have been amazing.
Every Super Bowl. Every Super Bowl.
That video has been in my feed now for like the last 5 days, and I keep sliding by it. Now that you said it, it's like as soon as we finish this podcast, I'm watching that shit.
I did the same thing because I judged that book by the cover.
Yeah, 100%. And you know what's funny? It was only until yesterday on the train ride back home that I'm listening to my music and shit. And because I saw Why I Hate Strong Female Characters, and I judged the book by its cover. And I was like, yo, that's some toxic male masculinity. I'm not going to watch that. Take that off my feed. Then I noticed the subtitle. And it's like, oh, a woman wrote this. And then it piqued my interest. But I'm like, yo, it's 30 minutes. No, whatever. Yeah. And then now that you said that, I'm 100% going to watch it. If anybody's interested, Abby Emmons is the name of the lady. 700,000 views on that shit, by the way.
Not so. Two things. One, you can ask my dad if he was awake. When I was sitting watching YouTube on the television and it popped up, I literally said out loud, "Why the fuck is this on my feed?"
Yeah, I did not like it. From the title, I didn't like it. I don't want to hear some guy complaining about Brie Larson. I don't want that. But
like I said, for anybody who's watching us now, who's into writing, who's curious about writing, who likes writing, check out. She has other videos. She has other videos that delve into the actual process of writing. So I don't want to give like a false opinion of her. She is an actual author, an actual writer, and she broke it down in literary science.
Her first
writing was bad.
Cap, her first, like when you go to her channel, her first video is named "Why Your First Chapter Sucks."
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm subscribing for no reason. Yeah, subscribe. There you go. There you go, Abby Emmons.
All right, so Cap made Cabs cool off, and I gotta trigger him again.
No.
So yeah. No,
the Deadpool thing.
No, it's not the Deadpool thing yet. Doctor Strange 2 writer reveals Illuminati was never just about fan service. That they served a purpose. It was never about fan service. Really, these Illuminati characters are here because they should be here. For what?
You know what? My theory later on will kind of help with that. But they were literally, that was fan service. That was here just to get us interested. You wanted to show us the chair. You wanted to get us excited. When we saw Professor X, we heard the thank you for that. Thank you for that. That is my favorite part of the movie. My favorite part of the movie.
Got me.
Yeah.
It got me. I got excited with and I love the rendition of it. It was kind of slower.
Yep.
And it was very slow. It was more stop right there. It was cool. But it was fan service. You did it, and you had us all guessing, and you had us all saying, "Oh, it's we knew it was the Illuminati from the beginning. We knew it." And you just had us guessing what characters it was. It was fan service.
Toby and
bad.
Toby and Andrew was more than fan service.
And we said that last time, Cap.
Yeah, they served a purpose.
They lend to the character.
What purpose did it serve? To watch Wanda saw a woman in half, secretly steal the powers of a cosmic being and drop a statue on her, have the dumbest man in the world tell her shut his mouth, and then have the second dumbest man in the world try to speak through his no mouth.
And then the third dumbest man in the world didn't even want to go to the battle. He just stayed there. I will pass judgment when they come back. Like, they not coming back, fam.
When they come back, you're going to get it.
So vouch for me on this. I said earlier today that we're going to find out that in this multiverse, Baron Mordo's father is Van Damme from Sudden Death.
Yeah.
And he grew up with, I don't care if the building's coming down around you, you don't move from this spot.
Why would you say that? That's so funny. He was just there. He was just there. Like, bro, and it's funny because Strange is in cuffs. He's not going to do nothing. Those cuffs were literally made to stop magic usage.
Not to mention,
leave him there.
Not to mention, you have Professor X in there who can stop him with his mind. Go help. Why did the fucking magic sorcerer stay like a bitch and hide, but the dude in the wheelchair went to go stop the fucking threat? I guess the bill in 863 doesn't come due.
Yeah.
You know, I do love that Strange said, he's like, you know what? In my world, you hated me. And let me tell you something, brother. I feel like in this world, you hated me too, fuck ass. Yeah, I do love that Doctor Strange. He threw him out there because you can tell. Like the reason Mordo is Strange is Sorcerer Supreme is because they had to kill Strange. So you can tell in a time where Strange Supreme was there and Mordo was there, you could tell he was hating, like, I should be Supreme. You're out here using the Darkhold. You're out here jaywalking. I know what it's called. It's something jump dreaming, whatever the fuck it's called. Dream walking.
I thought you meant him literally like crossing the street down Green.
Yeah, no, I'm jaywalking. Yeah, jaywalking. I did a toe.
But stick with it, man.
I did a toe. You out here jaywalking and shit. I should be there. I could tell. I love that he said that. But yeah, it was fan service, but it wasn't even fan service done well, because it's like you put these guys there and you rip them away from us, which I will tell you why that would make more sense later. But like, again, I said it last time, and Cap said it. We all said it. Like, Toby and Andrew made Spider-Man. He was a Spider Boy at the time, and people will call him Spider-Man, but he was clearly a Spider Boy, right? And they got him to be Spider-Man through their experiences and help. It was beautiful. Yeah. Yo, I'm about to. I want to just watch Spider-Man again.
I want to meld my thinking with the thinking of somebody else that I saw. So, as Cab said, Toby and Andrew helped our Peter become a man. Now,
a Spider-Man.
A Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That shoots webs from his ass, apparently. That's a fucking obsession.
Now, somebody said that when Wanda, somebody that was watching, mentioned that when Wanda asked for Strange to get another superhero, he didn't bring up Sam. Neither as Falcon nor as Cap. That was not one of the ones he mentioned, right?
Yeah.
But she was saying the reason, she was jokingly saying it, but she was saying the reason he didn't bring up Sam is because had Sam been there, he probably could have talked Wanda off the ledge.
Yeah.
And I bring that up because now, what I was saying when we did a review, what did Toby and Andrew do? They helped Peter with his anger and his grief. They actually had an impact.
Yeah.
At no point, like that, at no point was any of the cameos either trying to help Wanda or famous
Spider Milk. Bro, cut it out, bro.
But at no point was anybody there to facilitate a grieving Wanda. They all Reed said it.
Tried.
Well, I mean, Wong doesn't count.
Yeah, it's true.
He's not a cameo. He's in the fucking movie.
Yeah.
But the fucking, they turn around and go, Steven, you're the bigger threat. How is the guy who hasn't dreamed walked yet bigger than the threat of a person who is dream walking?
Legit.
If dream walking is what you're fucking afraid of.
Yeah. Dream walking is what causes incursions.
No,
and she's literally dream again.
Can I just want to say this. It is no longer referred to as dream walking. It is jaywalking.
It's jaywalking. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, so get that shit out of here.
Okay.
It's jaywalking.
So from now on, I will refer to it as daywalking. Dreamwalking.
There you go. There you go.
I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. We got Blade coming out here soon.
Yeah.
Got him. He's got
She's
him.
a daywalker.
She's
also-
a daywalker.
Also, I was
she
like,
did some really creepy.
yeah.
You know, coming out that mirror. That was
She
you
did.
know.
I would like to also bring up the fact that the only person that had jaywalking demons go after him was Doctor Strange. Like Wanda didn't suffer any consequences for jaywalking
because he was jaywalking into a dead body.
Yeah,
that's why
that broke the laws.
That broke the laws.
Yo,
again, it's
how
dumb.
funny is it though? How funny is it that Wanda literally tells him, "I do it. I'm a villain. You do it. You're a hero." And then that's in the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the movie, all we hear is Doctor Strange is a piece of shit because he keeps doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Where's Wanda getting her? Is Wanda watching Fox News? Where's she getting her fucking news from?
Shots fired.
No, but
shots fired.
in this universe, having automatic weapons don't add inches to your dick. So when Doctor Strange fucking does all this bad shit in our universe, he's the fucking man.
By the way, too,
the
speaking of
motherfucker
that,
with his 2 cats and his brother, but like, dude, there was another way, probably.
Yeah. Right?
Speaking of that, remember we were making fun of Christine grabbing that big lamp and like popping off?
Yep.
That's from Doctor Strange 1.
Yeah.
He tries to grab that thing
Caecilius
against
grabs it.
Caecilius,
You know what
and
that means?
Caecilius is like,
You don't know what that
you don't know how
does,
to
do you?
use that, right? And that's why they used it in this one.
So it makes perfect sense why Christine knew how to use it in this one, because she's a woman.
No.
Lois Lane.
I said to Toe that it is quite feasible that her Strange would have told her that's the jar of this. It does this.
It would have been way better if that candle went in front of the shit and it popped off and she did, oh wait a minute. Wah, 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 wah.
No,
you know what I'm
if
saying?
she already knows what it is, why would you need it to be revealed that way? She can look at it and go, "Oh, I know what that is."
And
Christine
Christine is like deeply rooted into the shit.
Yeah.
She is in Illuminati HQ. She
They
knows
told
some
her
stuff.
what happened.
Yeah,
They told her what Strange did. Like,
they told her they had to kill Strange. Yeah,
She never said anything about Strange teaching her voodoo.
I mean, come on, we can make that as a conclusion we can jump to.
No, we cannot. We all know Labe, but you can't conclude that we all know the secret password to his safe.
So,
you know what I'm saying? Like if his safe fell on the floor, we would have been like, oh, here goes the password.
You sure it's not Punisher 316?
Yo, so
I cannot confirm or deny.
That would be a good guess. Punisher 316.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something right now.
Two of my favorite things right there.
Yeah.
If you ever see Toe with a gun and he's able to operate it somewhat correctly, call him Lois Lane. Because he had never been around a gun. And you can't make the leap that being around
I would make the leap that it was you. I would make that leap though. I would make that leap.
Time out. There were movies and TV shows and YouTube videos on how to use a gun properly. They did all that shit. Jack Reacher did I know how to do it. You see somebody do it, you imitate it.
You know what's funny?
I've never seen a fucking jaw shoot out fire before.
You know what's funny? Well, I mean, this is a movie about sorcerers.
She's got to turn around and be like, oh, what's that? He's like, don't touch that. That does this. And she's like, oh, okay. So next time she sees
because Lois Lane looks like the type of bitch that just fucking runs around touching every magical shit she can.
That's it. When I go to New York in June, we're going to a shooting range. We're going to a shooting range. We're going to a shooting range.
We were supposed to go to a shooting range for my fucking birthday, but it never happened.
Let's do it. I'll be there June 3rd, y'all.
There you
I'll
go.
be there June 3rd. Let's go to a shooting range. I know Les is fucking pumped for a shooting range.
Let's do it. I'm down. Yo, real quick, before we do that, Michael Fassbender's Magneto was going to turn up in the Doctor Strange 2, even filmed a few scenes, but those scenes were ultimately edited out of the theatrical cut.
That's the one that pissed me off. They filmed it.
Who's this guy from Star Trek? Who's this guy, the black dude from Star Trek?
Jordy. Yeah. Michael Bender came through, filmed the scenes, probably in costume.
Most likely in costume.
Get out of here. That's too good.
It didn't feel right in the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah,
right.
It didn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right to have her father in it.
Guys,
I want to tell you, Dad.
I gotta help out. I gotta help out a little bit and play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
It was a different director and a different writer that was for the first half of production.
Yeah, because he left.
They could have done that.
He left.
And then when the new writer and Sam Raimi took over, they could have been the ones who made the decision. Like, for the story we're telling, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Put away your ego and just continue the script.
You know what the crazy shit is? The sentence you said, Cap, was completely right. You just added a few words. The story we're telling doesn't seem right. That's what the director came out and said, because there's so many fucking plot holes in the bullshit. But
I said in the last episode, the multiverse of plot holes.
Yeah.
How funny is it that people were saying that like this was formulaic or some shit, but the two visibly most disappointing to the fan base movies, Eternals and Doctor Strange, Multiverse or whatever,
are completely out of the formula.
Yeah, they're the only two where the director was allowed to go with their vision.
Break the mold. Yeah, no. Let Kevin Feige run the fucking show. That's it. We got it confirmed.
They should have gave him glasses to help him with his nearsightedness. Because my man, you look to the wall. We gave you a planet and you looked at the wall.
We are gonna start a petition to bring back the Russos.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna write.
We'll get 5 million online signatures to bring back the Russos.
Yo, you know something, Cabs? You said you're gonna be here in June. We might have to cut off all the podcasts for the week, and we're gonna film Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and we're gonna find a woman to play Wanda. Cap is gonna be fucking Doctor Strange because he already got the beard. I'll be Wong. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, if you're gonna be anybody, you gotta be America Chavez.
I'll be America Vespucci. Fuck it, I'll get the wig. You know what I'm saying? And yo, we're gonna have to redo this whole movie.
It's funny because I leave Wednesday morning. Saturday and Sunday I'm booked, but Monday I am completely free. If y'all want to do some stupid shit and record some stuff, I am there. I'm there. Listen to what I'm saying. I am there. Like,
I'll be around. We're gonna have to do that shit.
Let me re-up again on some beer.
All right, because this one I know is probably gonna.
And then we'll talk all this shit about saving the movie and the Deadpool stuff. I gotta get into that.
This one might actually trigger Cap. Industry insider James Clement reveals why Marvel decided against having Ghost Rider in Doctor Strange 2. I guess Ghost Rider was likely going to fight Wanda and probably die.
So, Ghost Rider, well, here's the thing. When you have a character that can literally rewrite reality, yes, she can kill anybody. But her killing, I mean, it's weird because is she killing Ketch? Is she killing Johnny? Is she killing the Spanish dude, Robbie? Yeah. Is she killing the female Ghost Rider? Is she killing Caretaker? Like, which Rider are we doing? And how cool would it have been had this would have went down? The Rider shows up, grabs Wanda in the fucking chains, tries to do the penance there.
Oh my god!
What happened?
I just said, "Oh my god!" I just came in here. You talk about the Rider, bro? Like, come on! Oh my god!
Ghost Rider shows up, wraps Wanda in the chain, goes for the penance there. The penance there doesn't work because Wanda's overpowering. The Ghost Rider or Johnny or whoever it is turns around and goes, "Fuck it, I have an idea." Sends the spirit into Wanda. Now there's an internal battle. Johnny or whoever their writer is gets knocked the fuck out, and she expels the spirit of vengeance from herself, thus making it look like she had just killed the fucking Ghost Rider, and whoever the human is powerless. And then we could have just, somewhere down the line, the deal is made again because you can't really kill a spirit, blah, 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 blah. He gets his shit back, or it's a different one. But that's how you could have done this.
Holy
Been like, yo,
shit.
Wanda is not fucking playing.
She's not playing.
Not strong enough.
Oh my god, that's kind of wild.
Yeah, I mean,
but like Cab said, we're not writers.
We're not writers.
We don't know. We don't know how to write movies.
We're not writers.
What was the Daredevil, the Deadpool thing? The picture?
So check. Okay,
the one with Ryan Reynolds.
So that's the one that threw me over the edge, because when Multiverse of Madness was first talked about, when it was like first, like, yo, we're gonna do this movie, Ryan Reynolds showed up in the IMDb. He was immediately taken off, though, immediately, right? So everybody was like, oh, is he gonna be in? He's gonna be in, whatever. Then a couple, like during the filming of this movie, somebody had 2 leaks with some deleted scenes. I'll get into that in just a second. Then the writer confirmed it. He was like, yeah, we thought about Deadpool, of course, but it didn't feel right. In the Multiverse of Madness, Deadpool didn't feel right. Out of all of the cameos we could have gotten here, I think Deadpool is the strongest one you could bring in. We were prepping for, but okay, so this is crazy. This is crazy. Couple months ago, somebody made a leak of 2 post-credit scenes that would be in this movie. Now, I think these 2 post-credit scenes were like 2 mid-credit scenes that they could have chosen from, because in Marvel, they have 2 post-credit scenes. They have the mid-credit scenes that has to do with the universe. Then they have the end one that has to do with the movie itself, like Shang-Chi. Mid-credit scene, Wong, Captain Marvel, and Hulk show up.
Yeah.
And then at the end is the sister taking over the 10 rings. They always do it like that. But I wouldn't buy this at all, but they nailed one of the post-credit scenes. So this leak said that there was going to be 2 post-credit scenes. The first one, they called it in spades, which was Clea. And they said, played by Charlize Theron. They mentioned the third eye. This came straight out of the script. But then the second post-credit scene, and again, this wouldn't be at the end of the movie unless Marvel changes the formula or whatnot. Because, like I said, there's a formula they follow for post-credit scenes. But the second post-credit scene went like this: Deadpool, Cable, Domino, and Vanessa walk into Illuminati HQ to see the mess going on. Deadpool makes a John Krasinski joke about The Office, of course. And then he breaks the fourth wall, looks at the screen, and tells people, yo, Professor X is dead again? How many times is this guy going to die? Like, I wouldn't have believed this, but the fact that they nailed the Charlize Theron one is what made me believe that this is a source. They knew something here. So I think the way that it was, they were either going to put in Clea or Deadpool. I think that's what's going to happen. But that scene would have been incredible for me personally. I think that shit would have been great. I don't know how people would feel about Cable, Josh Brolin. I'd be okay with that. We don't have Thanos no more. We never really saw Josh Brolin's face. We heard his voice, but he could be Cable. Would anybody have a problem with that? I wouldn't have a problem with that. I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. What do you guys think about a scene like that?
I wouldn't have had a problem with it. I just said, let's make Chris Evans Johnny Storm again.
Yeah.
And he was cat, so I wouldn't have had a problem with it.
It would have been better than the Autolycus smacking himself.
Yeah. I mean, again, they got to do something movie related to the particular movie. I didn't like that post-credit scene.
I don't have a problem with Deadpool and those characters being in a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that post-credit scene as described. Because that just seems stupid as shit.
Yeah. I think
like,
the John Krasinski joke would be funny.
Have you read Deadpool?
All of them.
That's what he does.
I don't know why Domino and Vanessa would be there.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Yeah. Well, no, sorry. I don't know why Domino would be there. Maybe Cable, but Deadpool, maybe Vanessa. Well, I mean, I guess I don't know because Vanessa has the gene now. I guess.
What would have been dope is if they all went there to go help out, and Cable were like, "No, and left, and then Deadpool would have been like, "Wait, she killed Professor X?
Yeah.
How many times is this guy gonna fucking die?"
I think Cable and Deadpool would have been fine with me.
Oh, yo, how about this? Because you just gave me an idea. So they show up to help. They see Wanda kill Professor X, and Deadpool's like, "Nope, that's like the 46th time he's died." And
yeah. So I would say this.
And he just looks at Cable's like, "Yo, let's see what's going on in 616."
Yeah. So I will say this: the way they called the Charlize Theron post-credit scene was a little off. They did have some things that were off. So I'm guessing in the Deadpool one, things could have been off a little bit. But just Deadpool showing up. Out of all the cameos we mentioned, I think Deadpool is the one that works the most here.
Yo,
Yeah.
He's always talking shit about the X-Men. Always. His last movie was in the mansion. He was in the mansion the whole time.
Deadpool has a teleporter on his belt, right? We never get to see it in his movies, but everybody knows that in the MCU, they try to stick comic accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Now, America Chavez just randomly shows up running on the street from Gigantor or whatever the fuck that shit's name was, right?
There's a lot going on there.
How about we see the moment where America runs into our New York, and behind or pushing into him and forcing him to go with her on accident, it's Deadpool. And he's like, no, what'd you do? Looks at us in the camera's like, oh shit. And then whoop, teleports somewhere else. And then it would make sense that we're like, oh shit, Deadpool just showed up. But then we still get that action scene, and we still get the urgency. Doctor Strange didn't see him, so he wouldn't go after him. We still have this movie to go through, and now we get to ponder, where the fuck did Deadpool go?
Where is Deadpool? Deadpool to me is the one that makes the most sense out of all of these cameos. He's the one that makes the most sense.
And once again, if it's so random, that would be the perfect randomness.
We just saw him vibing with mutants. We saw him vibing with a bunch of mutants.
I'm going to say it again. We went through the hall of cameos.
Yeah.
All those little fucking dimensions and multiverses they went to, pop somebody in the fucking background. And as we're passing, it's like, it's them, him.
Somebody could have just like dropped in by mistake. Like, hey, okay, I'll go back.
You know what's funny?
Anything.
You know what? Give me Bob. Deadpool's best friend.
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah.
Bob is awesome. He did it again. He left me. He's looking around like he left me again. Son of a bitch.
And but then
he comes back. I'm back, man. I just realized you weren't with me. Come on.
Or what's his name? Pete? The guy he saved?
Oh,
that was just yeah, just like him was like, come on, Pete, we gotta save you, man. You're too important to this. Like he really gives a shit about him.
I think Deadpool would have been just
fine. Yeah.
Like I know, and then look again. Excuse me. I started this podcast by saying everybody had crazy expectations and they were upset that a million characters weren't in this. We are not asking for a million characters to be in this. We're asking for an extra one or two based off what the writer has said. He mentioned Fassbender. He mentioned House of M. He mentioned Deadpool. Nothing but mutants laying around. You give us the one mutant.
Yeah.
Could have done a little more?
You know the thing when I said I'm not gonna say it. Imagine if Sabretooth was there, not a part of the Illuminati, but was there with Charles. And he was running after Wanda on some, well, you can't control my mind.
Like he's doing some kind of rehabilitation program, like, trying to get him better. Like Wolverine fucked you up last time, man. You got to chill.
Yeah,
How about in this universe, Wolverine is dead because he covered himself in adamantium and Sabretooth just had to fucking change a heart.
Yeah.
Like this is a different this is a unique universe that doesn't tie into any comic.
No, because
you could have done whatever you wanted.
In this universe, the Illuminati fucking settled the dispute between Magneto and Professor X, that whole mutant dispute shit.
Yeah.
Where Sabretooth is like, yo, I'm just a fucking guy now.
I'm chilling. I'm
And I'm here to protect Charles Xavier because I owe him that much. Because he said, but it's like, you can't control my mind. And he turns savage in honor. See, now the way we would save these movies, we're gonna jump into that shit. The way we're gonna save these movies, I have a little different twist on it. But Lay, since you've been talking
yours first, because Lay said, I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about Cavs.
No, I was gonna say because Lay's been talking this whole podcast and give us any chance to speak. I want to know how Lay would save this movie.
If you need time.
I mean, I would have never at any point used Illuminati for anything. They would have not been in this.
Oh shit!
I would have not used them at all. You know what I mean? I would have honestly.
So can I ask you a question before you keep going? Quick question before you keep going. So you would have saved them for like a bigger, more focused project on them.
Absolutely correct. Yeah, okay. It could be a point where one getting the rest of them, kind of like the way Iron Man did it, the way it was done in the comics.
Yeah,
like listen, we can figure stuff out for the world. Like, this is pretty fucking arrogant of you asshole. But anyway, no, my thing would have definitely been, I would lean more towards a House of M kind of thing, but not necessarily it. It's like, I would have done it the other way. She goes, oh, so you think I'm the only mutant? More mutants, and then everybody's in they're kind of like the Terrigen Mist, their powers develop. You know what I mean? So you see a kid looking up and you see that fruity ray go up.
It makes sense though, because of Black Bolt, he holds down that Terrigen Mist. That's and we got Miss Marvel coming. Yep. I mean, they changed Miss Marvel's powers though, so I guess that wouldn't work. But that's what makes me. That's literally what makes Miss Marvel. The Terrigen
That's definitely
Mist.
Something for another episode, because I have so much about that because I've read the comics. I really love the character, and then I saw that and I was like, you know what? Sometimes you can't fuck us. Kevin, you can't fuck shit up. I'm gonna be positive about Miss Marvel's TV show. Mm-hmm. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about the change of power and making it more cosmic. I need to see that.
I'm the other way around. I'm gonna be more positive about the changing of the powers, and I'm gonna be highly suspect about the fucking TV show, which I think is aimed at 14-year-old girls, which are not us.
Yeah, that's all right. You're right. And it's funny because after WandaVision, Loki, and Captain America, I haven't really judged any other shows that came out after, and I've loved them. Like Wanda, Cap, and Loki. We had a lot to say about those shows originally, and we were good with all of them. And then we didn't say a word about Hawkeye, and that shit turned out to be one of our favorites. We didn't say a damn thing about Moon Knight, and that is quite possibly one of the best out of the bunch. It could easily be the best out of the bunch. So, Miss Marvel, there's a lot of questions. It's funny, She-Hulk, the trailer actually looked very funny, but the CGI was... Even for Marvel, the
CGI sharpen up those points. Bad. She looked really unfamiliar.
She looks bad. Bad. But it's funny. They have a lot of it's funny. I thought about you, Toe, because they have some sexual innuendo there. You know what I mean? Like when she's carrying the guy to her room or whatever, and she's like, "What's up?" And they're like, "Oh, your ass looks great." I was like, "Yo, this is the green lady Toe been waiting for his whole life."
Yep.
I normally don't like to make comments like this, and I don't get into this kind of speak, but since we brought it up, that dude was definitely gonna get pegged, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, she's the daddy in that situation.
Yeah, she's taking full control of that whole situation. I mean, death by snoo, bro.
That's what it was.
That's the reference. Mm-hmm. That's what I got from it. But okay.
So you want me to give my little quick fix before you two get in there and give your whole shit?
Go, please.
Yeah.
I just don't want you to take my shit.
Well, who knows? My little quick fix is this.
I'm probably gonna take your shit.
No, this is it. This is my quick fix. What's his name? Strange is like, yo, I never told you her name. And Wanda reveals that she's in the crowd. She's in the fucking field of rot. For anybody who plays Elden Ring.
Hey.
And she brings up the Darkhold and goes, I have to save them. And we hear the kids screaming, help us, help us.
Already taking my shit.
But Strange doesn't. And Strange is like, what are you talking about? So again, they put us in the position of who's telling the truth. Is Strange lying to Wanda to get her to stop? Is Wanda being lied to? We're disoriented because we're like, no. Clearly, Wanda thinks something is happening.
Yeah.
But they're saying it's not. What the fuck's going on? That's my little fix. You guys can rant now.
Hey, man.
You want to go, Toe?
I would need Cap to help me remember what I told him before, but I think it was off the basis of we don't know who's trying to get America's powers. We just know the monsters are after her, and Doctor Strange is trying to protect her through this whole time. And what's happening is Wanda is dream walking or jaywalking through every dimension because she's trying to find the real incarnation of her kids, because they say that the dreams are connections to other dimensions.
Correct.
So she's having dreams of these kids, which she manifested from some real dimension where they were actually real.
See, that's why I wanted to go first.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Then you go first.
No, that's it. You're going.
Yeah,
you gotta go now. You gotta
hey,
finish.
yeah, listen.
You gotta finish now.
So since she connected with those kids so well, she's looking for that dimension where those kids are actually real. And when she finds them, that's why she needs America to get to that dimension. And that dimension is where the Illuminati is. Now, the Illuminati was warned about a threat, but it was never the Illuminati versus Wanda. It's that Wanda versus our Wanda, because the same dreams that this Wanda would have had about her kids being alive and real in another dimension, that Wanda would have had the dreams of her losing her kids from this dimension. So it would have been a mother trying to get back her kids versus a mother trying not to let go of her kids.
Now the whole mother's love thing actually has some weight to it.
Yes.
It has some, and so mine is kind of in that direction. Now, guys, mine is pie in the sky. You know how I get, right? You know how I get.
Yes.
So, and this, I actually bounced off of Cap, because last time we were on this last episode, he said, yo, kids were never in fucking danger. The entire time they weren't. So I would like the movie to play out the exact same way until we get up to the fight of Strange and Vespucci versus Strange and America Chavez, against Wanda. Against Wanda. Again, I love how she brings up the Darkhold. It's very Tai Chi-ish. It's so cool. I really love that. But when she brings it up, we can actually hear the kids in not just danger, but turmoil. Oh my God, help. And Strange is like, yo, hold on. What's going on here? Excuse me. Strange is like, yo, is that the Darkhold? Is that Wanda? Is that real? What's happening here? And Strange is confused. And Wanda's like, you see what the fuck I'm saying? This is real, bro. My kids are in danger somewhere. And America's thinking like, Strange, I don't know, bro. I don't know. So then whatever, they get into the fight. America opens the portal. Strange knocks her through. We're in 838 now. It plays out exactly the same. They go to the Sanctum Sanctorum. They meet Mordo. Everything plays out the same. They drink the tea. Mordo brings Strange in for questioning. We're up against the Illuminati now, right? The Illuminati is basically the same thing. Like, yo, Strange, you are the problem with this multiverse. The reason we have incursions all over the place is because of you. And Strange is like, yo, I hear you. But you see what Wanda's doing? Wanda is literally trying to jaywalk. She's trying to steal America. She is trying to do anything in her power to get to her kids. Don't worry about me. Worry about this bitch. Here's the twist, though. The Illuminati says, we know all about Wanda's kids. They're here in Illuminati HQ. And Strange is like, what? He was like, yes. Wanda is so powerful that when she lost it and, did her thing in Westview, she literally created a carbon copy of her kids who are really out in the multiverse. We have them here because at one point in the future, these kids are going to turn just like little Wanda's. So we're making the tough decision of keeping these kids here, and little by little we're trying to suck out their power so that they don't turn into Wanda's in the future. So now we give Wanda all the weight in the world. Her killing the Illuminati now makes sense. You actually have people thinking, you know what, Wanda? Fuck those people. Fuck Reed Richards. Fuck Black Bolt. Kill them. You're right. They suck. Then we have a struggle within Strange now where he's like, hey, man, you guys are kind of jerks in this fucking place. I kind of side with Wanda. It's kind of like Amit. Like, these kids aren't bad yet. You're judging them before the fact. And we literally just saw that.
Yeah.
And then it also gives this weird kind of balance to the Illuminati where you're going to have people talking about, I was about to say guests, like if I'm at work. You have people talking about like, okay, hold on. I understand it's a little messed up what they're doing to the kids, but we don't want them to turn into little Wandas. And then you have other people saying, fuck the Illuminati. They're holding Wanda's kids for no reason. Wanda, go and kill the motherfuckers. So now even killing them makes sense. And the kids have been in trouble this entire time. Now every little aspect of this movie gets some extra weight into it. That's how I would save this movie.
Yeah, hit that applause button.
That's how I would save that movie. That's how I would do it. That's how I would do it.
Every time we put our heads together, one of us comes up with what
we make shit happen.
That's it right there.
That's how you do it, bro. Now, granted, I know there's some writing shit that might have sounded weird where her kids really being real, but like whatever. They're out in the multiverse. The motherfuckers was not in danger. They were playing Xbox and singing songs about ice cream the whole time.
Yeah.
Wanda, like Les said, Wanda just came back from Target in that world.
Yep. And again, she can reshape
from Target and Terminator like this. Just done. Ready.
Yo, she can reshape reality. And with our Wanda mixing with their Wanda, why would they have, that could have been the thing of why these are real and not.
Yeah, and the crazy shit is the emotional connection should have been with Wanda and her children and not Doctor Strange in that fucking watch.
Correct. Like, yeah, like if the kids would have legit been in danger the whole time, we got a movie. We got a plot. But everything that happened in WandaVision, and yes, at the end of WandaVision, the Darkhold was like telling her, help, help, help. And it's funny because me and Cap had that argument last time, or the discussion last time about, well, maybe it was the Darkhold doing this. There's been a lot of people talking about that. But the one thing that they're saying is like, okay, if that is indeed the case, they didn't really do a good job at stating that. Strange says one line, and that's it. So maybe the Darkhold wasn't fucking with her. Maybe she just really hurt her kids in trouble. And like they're in trouble the entire fucking movie. Yeah. That's it. You don't even have to go as crazy as I went. Just have them really be in trouble the entire time. And we got a movie.
Yeah, again, a little bit more development, like we've been saying.
Or
if it's the illusion, even
if it was the illusion, Cap,
make us, the audience, question.
Or
what is really happening.
Or we don't know that Wanda's the bad guy and she's using these monsters to try to get America, and she lures America into trusting her and taking her to that dimension where her kids are real.
Yeah.
And then there's a twist like, hold on, wait. She's the one who set this up. she's been doing this shit the whole time, and now America has no choice but to defend herself, and the Illuminati had to protect America. You know, and they're like, yo, see, we knew Doctor Strange is a jerk. He fucking trusted the woman that's going to destroy our fucking universe.
Yes, now there's conflict amongst characters. If those kids would have legit... The problem with this movie is that we get to them kids and they're playing Xbox chilling.
Yeah.
If that version of Wanda was holding them down in danger because she didn't want them to be taken by the Scarlet Witch from another planet or another universe, even that makes sense. The biggest problem with this movie is that them kids was never in danger.
Yo, now, I think I said this last time. If we would have heard just once in the movie the kid screaming, right? That would have been enough, because then at the end, when Wanda shows up, or we hear them scream once, right? But then we see that they're fine. But then at the end, when the Scarlet Witch shows up and they're screaming, we get a reminder that, oh, time is happening all at once in a circle. So the screaming she heard was the result of her showing up to take them, and she was the cause of them fucking screaming for help. Because they're saying the exact same things that we heard in the Darkhold.
If Wanda would have heard them kids and she would have been like, oh my God, they're screaming because I came into this world. Yeah. That's it. We got a movie.
Yeah.
We got a movie. It was really that simple.
They did that exact thing. They did the exact thing we just said. Because when she showed up and she said, oh, they see me as the monster, I fucked up. They did that. The one thing they missed was telling us that she thought they were in danger in this movie.
You did say that last time, by the way. You did say that last episode. You said last episode that if they would have, if we would have somehow found out that the reason the kids felt worried was because Wanda got there and tried to steal them, we got a movie. It was really that easy. Pro says, if those kids had their uncle, then this would have never happened. Yo,
word.
Not for nothing. It would have been cool. It would have been cool. It would have been cool.
Multiverse of Madness.
It would have been cool. If we would have gotten Kick-Ass, real Pietro, we would have got them. That's cool.
How cool, sad, tragic, and fucked up would it have been had this movie or Infinity War, she had to kill the man she loves, and it was for nothing. And in this movie, she now has to kill Pietro. Because he shows up and is like, you're not my Wanda. You're not taking these kids. And she's so fucking... Again, at this point, we're like, yo, she's not going to... Pietro's here. She's not going to do this. And then she does it. And then we're like, yo, I think she's lost to this Darkhold.
Yo, dude, and then...
lost her fucking mind.
You have Magneto and Pietro?
Oof.
Because in that one, that's the grandfather to those fucking kids.
Like the family comes out.
Yeah.
Like Wanda, yo, I'm grandpa, I'm uncle. You really need to chill.
And that's when it would have been like some Professor X is in her mind trying to reason with her, and he snaps her and does all that shit. And then that's where Magneto goes, nah, I gotta handle this bitch. And Pietro's like, wait.
Can I ask you a question?
Is our sister from another.
Can I ask you a question, Toe? Can I ask you a question? Would you have given up all of that 838 Illuminati shit for that grandfather uncle moment between Pietro and Magneto?
Yes.
I think I would have too.
I would have given up
all that Illuminati shit for that right there.
Yeah. I'd have given up the Illuminati for mutants. For the Professor X, Cyclops, Magneto.
Look at that.
So you could kill Cyclops.
Oh, there we go.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you're back.
You fucked it up.
No, but think about it. That's his right hand man, right? You have.
That's absolutely correct.
You have
would die first.
The School of the Gifted. Who would take care of these fucking kids? Professor X. If these kids are real, they're mutants.
Yeah,
they're mutants in this generation. Professor X would be the one to take care of them. She would go after Professor X. She would have to take on the X-Men and the Mutant Society and all that other shit. And Magneto.
Shout out to Pro for pitching in there. Shout out to Pro.
But this is where you actually show the fucking strength of Magneto and Professor X. Yes, Wanda's OP, but so is Magneto and Professor X.
So
they
you
would have put
wanted
up
to
a
make
better.
Onslaught.
And we could have had
Onslaught.
Yeah, they would have been a better fucking. Yeah, they would have been a better fucking match between Magneto and Professor X versus Wanda.
And we could have had a callback to Jean Grey in X-Men 3. Could have had a beautiful little callback on some like Fassbender, like I feel like we've done this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe bring in Ian McKellen. Fuck that. Bring in Ian. I mean, I don't know if he would be down for it. I'm not.
Of course he would.
But I mean, if Patrick Stewart is down, Ian McKellen is down.
They boys.
Yeah, they're very cool with each other.
Yeah, I got
that's madness right there. You have nothing but different versions of Professor X and Magneto fighting Wanda. They're all mutants, but this Wanda's not a mutant. And then you see all that shit. She's killing her fucking father and brother multiple fucking times to get her kids. Yeah. And then Doctor Strange comes in and tries to possess her mind with Professor X. And she's fighting demons and all these other fucking mutants that he's projecting in her mind. That sounds like madness to me.
Mephisto?
Yeah. Or Nightmare. Like Nightmare is controlling her this whole time. Is that what I bring up to you?
Yeah, you said Nightmare before.
Yeah,
you said Nightmare last time. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's fucking go. Because to be honest with you, we don't see the mutants happening for a long fucking time. So why not fucking throw in Sinister and the fucking the dinosaur land where the mutants don't have any powers, the Savage Lands. Like you're going through all those fucking dimensions anyway. Go through that shit.
This one's for you, Morph.
You know.
Yeah, I got two things. One serious and one joking.
Let's sprinkle the cap on it, please. Sprinkle the cap on it.
The joking one is X3, The Last Stand, is confirmed Lay's favorite X-Men movie. Because Cyclops died.
Absolutely. It is the best scene. It is the best scene in the shit show.
Before you go, Cap, I think that entire movie is saved by Kelsey Grammer's Beast.
That is
I love it's perfect casting. It wasn't done great, but I loved it. Sorry, continue.
Perfect casting does not a good movie make.
No, I know. Trust me. I know.
And a good death does that.
I know, but I did love Kelsey Grammer Beast so much.
Which
everybody, that one. I was like, oh, good call.
Funny story. I saw that movie in Italy, right? And it was in Italian. But the script had leaked, and I read the entire script before watching it.
No way.
So I'm in the theater. It's only Italian, no subtitles, and I'm laughing at jokes because I know what the fuck they're saying. And the people around me are like, "Yo, Vic, when'd you learn Italian?" I'm like, I don't know Italian at all. But I read it leaked and I read the entire script, so I know what the fuck is going on.
That is hilarious. So you were overseas at the time, serving and shit.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome.
But the other thing I was gonna say is, so for everybody who says that this was a little sprinkle of House of M, I'm gonna say this here. In the House of M, we had people tell Wanda that her kids weren't real.
Yep.
And the stress of losing them and being told that she was crazy snapped her and forced her to do what she did, to change reality in the way she did and all the events that transpired. In this movie, we had a woman who was already on the path of fucking world domination, then be told your kids weren't real. That had no effect on her mental state. She was already on that path.
Correct.
Again, this is not a House of M thing. Because somewhere between her being okay enough to end Westview and tell Monica Rambeau, or whichever Rambeau that was, that I'm going to try to get a hold of this, and the start of Doctor Strange, she snapped somehow. And we never got to see that. So if you wanted this to be a true MCU version of House of M, we would have needed for when Doctor Strange is in the orchard, for her to turn around and be like, well, your kids weren't real. For Wanda to turn around and say something to the effect of, why do they keep saying that? And when she does that, she dropped the illusion because she lost control. And Strange is like, oh, what the fuck am I in?
Yeah.
And then we would have had even we could have had that sans the kids yelling and just realize, oh, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And now there is no rationality.
There's no coming back. She's just there now.
And it doesn't matter.
On the kids.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter. Darkhold, corruptor, not whatever. That was what did they say in the what if? There are absolute moments.
Absolute points.
That could have been the absolute point. The one time too many where Wanda was told that her kids weren't real when they were to her, and seeing the snap.
And she just snaps. Oh, beautiful. It would be great. Damn. Honestly, this could have been the House of M movie. But I don't know what kind of implications it would have left into the MCU. But I mean, this could have been the House of M movie. We could call this Doctor Strange all you want, but this could easily be titled Scarlet Witch in the Multiverse of Madness.
Can we not forget?
I think that's a better title.
Yeah.
Can we not forget that Wanda can rewrite reality?
Yes.
So with the mention of a word, she could have rewrote it that from that point forward, the X-Men and everything have been there.
She could have canonized all of these other properties better than the MCU could have canonized all these properties by just saying a single word.
Yeah, and then it wouldn't have mattered that they weren't in the phases that we saw, because that all happened before Wanda switched reality.
That could have been the real retcon. There you go, Cap.
Yeah, all she would have had to say was Disney.
If Wanda would have had a House of M type episode in this movie, there's no need to explain anything behind that. We could have just pushed forward like this. We could have brought in Heroes for Hire. We could have brought in the fucking X-Men. We could have brought in legit everyone.
And just like Kevin Feige wants to say that Sylvie, the best angel,
Sylvie was the reason we got this.
The reason all this shit happened. Wanda is now the reason, the de facto reason that going forward we got
mutants. We got mutants,
and without having to explain how 80 fucking years it went by and not one mutant has showed up, and all of a sudden we got a fucking team of them.
So then I got a question for y'all, because every time, whether you're making a video game or you're making a movie, there's QA, there's quality assurance, there's quality testers. Clearly, there's people like us listening to this, looking at it, and they probably made these type of suggestions. So do you think it's like a suit arrogance kind of thing that they don't want to do something like this, or they were just not really interested in just telling this story? Because what you just said, Cap, makes the most sense out of everything. We could have just House of M this shit and move forward 4, 5, 6, 7, however you wanted.
You know what I think happened? I think what happened was when they sat down and they had the idea for the storyline for everything that was happening after this movie, someone goes, why don't we House of M this so we could throw in mutants? And another guy is like,
you're fired.
Well, no, it's like, well, right now, we can't fit mutants into the future of every other movie, but we have something in for that. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those, we're going to hold off on that until later on when we can explain it better or some shit. I think what this movie really suffered from was that editing table where the guy goes, oh, fuck making sense. This movie needed to be 1 hour and 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're gonna sit here and be like, "Yo, there's deleted scenes that when it comes out, we're gonna show you," no. Then someone should have watched it before you released it.
That's what I'm saying. Quality.
I honestly, I would like to think that someone has a plan for the long-term storyline of this shit, because you don't like fuck NASA at this point. Marvel got people in rooms just thinking shit up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think they suffer from, listen, we can't have women on the screen longer than 45 minutes this movie got to be an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh.
The boys are gonna complain that there's too many women in this movie. So hour 15 minutes. Take out Deadpool.
It's so annoying.
Take out Deadpool. Take out the sex scene. Take out the scene where the kids are in danger. Take out the scene where Wong actually kicks somebody's ass. We don't need fucking Abomination in here. I know Spider-Man was only swinging through, but that was 30 seconds that we could have, let's erase that shit. But we need to leave in the fact that he shoots webs out of his ass. Because that's how we connect the young folk. Because everyone wants to know if Spider-Man shoots webs out of his ass. We don't fuck the dangers of the kids. Fuck the fighting.
After No Way Home, after No Way Home, I kind of am thinking about it.
Eight like fucking movies and 3 people playing them, and we're still worried about that.
Because it's like that's the racy shit. They went in right, like we were right underneath the R. It's like we were here, but webs out the ass here. With webs, without webs, with webs, without webs, with webs, without. You want to be a bitch or you want to be a man? Bitch, put the webs in there. Put the webs out of his ass. Take everything else out. Put the webs out of his ass.
Yo,
that's what happened.
To elaborate more on your point, Cabs, what happened is the biggest mistake. So Kevin Feige, for all intents and purposes, is the DM of Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
He made, or from what I can see, and again, I'm a nobody sitting on the couch. From what I can see, he made the biggest mistake a DM can make, and that is the DM.
He gave the players story power.
No, the biggest mistake a DM makes is the DM knows where the story's going, and gets too excited about elements in the story that aren't happening yet.
Okay.
So he forgets how to tie shit up to it because he's so excited to get to that one thing.
That's a good way to put it.
They're sitting in the room going, we don't need to put X-Men here. I can't wait for them to see what we do with it. We don't need to do a full thing here. I can't wait for them to see what we do with it.
So they're just
thinking, they're worried about 5 years from now.
So they're thinking Secret Wars, Secret Wars, and not how to cohesively get there.
Yes, because it worked so well the last time in the first 4 phases where they're like, yo, when they see what we do with Thanos, it's going to blow their minds. And it did. So now they're stuck in that mode. When they see what Kang does and when they see who the real big bad is, it's going to blow their mind and they're going to forget about all this shit. And the problem is, in this moment, we can't forget about the moment we're in while looking forward to something that may or may not happen.
True. That's why we get shit like the Eternals.
Yeah, which is the Eternals is in 5 years when the cosmic shit happens.
It's gonna make so much sense.
Yeah, Eternals is gonna probably be one of the best MCU movies. When we look back and go, that's what it led to.
That's why the head is there. That's why the head is there. Oh,
so that's what happened with the island thing and the god.
Right now, that movie still sucks.
It doesn't suck.
The movie still acts. If you can tell me you watch that movie again and again and enjoy it, and it's like Winter Soldier,
it's the man. Come on, come on.
Movie,
you're literally
movie tickles Cap's pickle.
Hold on, wait. Lay. Take it out of the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
How do you like it now?
What?
Take the movie out of the MCU. No, you, Lay. Take the Eternals out of the MCU. It's just a movie. How'd you like it?
About heroes progressing through time.
I don't, because it leads to nothing. What is it leading to?
No, but that's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Take it out of the MCU.
I really understand what Cap is saying, but I'm not seeing that.
Maybe that's a different universe. And when they merge all the universes together, we get Blade and the Dark Knight come out.
Give me
about Iron Man and about
give me a number score. Give me a number score out of 10.
Worst movies, single movies, progressive.
Give me a number score out of 10 for Eternals. A number score out of 10 for Eternals.
C+.
Negative C72.
No.
I would honestly
give me a real number.
3.
Jesus.
Even with the speed girl in there, she was hot.
Listen, I enjoyed her and as you would say, Cocotazo.
Yes.
But I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Gilgamesh.
I'm gonna
To
say right now,
those who
we use his
I'm doing
government
what
name.
Cap does with everything.
Yeah.
I'm putting myself in it because I know the material and I know the man that made the material, what his vision was for it.
Jack Kirby is upset.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is Jack Kirby's New Gods in Marvel.
Yeah.
And that director and writer took out Wang and pissed all over it, or she squatted because a woman, I'm doing it right. The woman directed it. So, and then the writer, I believe, they decided
pissing is gender neutral. I would let no.
I don't know. Right. Yo, whatever helps you.
So late. Wait. Hold on. Lay, what needs to happen in the future for you to be like, okay, Eternals is acceptable?
Explain the head.
Okay, first that's it first and foremost. Second of all is the vision that Jack had. Go with it. First of all, because they were supposed to, they're all this powerfully. The Deviants was putting in work. The Deviants put in work, son. It took 4 of them to destroy one Deviant. Meanwhile, you read the comic books. Icarus by himself can wipe out pretty much half of the world if he wants.
Yeah.
The whole world. He doesn't need permission from Celestial. He just needs to be Icarus.
Yeah, he's Superman.
That's it. You know what I mean? They each have the same power set, but some have one power set that's bigger than the other ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they all have the same thing: Superman strength.
I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? And
I didn't mean to bring this up. Like, I'm sorry. That.
Yo, I'm gonna throw down the gauntlet.
I know Iron Man. I saw it. I know Cap. I saw it. Even Thor about how bad it was.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for doing this to you, Lee. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm gonna throw down the gauntlet.
This. I'm not seeing. I hope what Cap is saying is right. Believe me. Like I was talking to Ron, and I was telling him, yo, because he sent me a picture of Black Adam, right? He goes, yo, how much faith do you have in this movie? I don't have any faith. I want to be wrong.
Yeah,
I want Black Adam.
Of course, we always want to be wrong about this kind of shit.
But I have absolutely no faith because The Rock is going to play Black Adam as The Rock. It's not going to be. That's not going to be Black Adam.
It's going to be fast. It's going to be fast. It's going to be Fast and Furious Black Adam.
It's going to be Hobbs.
Yeah, but
as Black Adam.
Yeah.
Would you rather The Rock play Black Adam as The Rock, or would you rather The Rock play Black Adam as the Scorpion King?
The Scorpion King, to be honest.
I'll take the Scorpion King.
I honestly would take the Scorpion King.
You know what's funny about it? Because the Scorpion King is more relatable to that character. It makes sense. It's an Egyptian character. It makes sense.
I'm going to throw down the gauntlet. In 5 years' time, when the MCU hits its big reveal and all that, right?
Secret Wars.
I will come in as a guest after my YouTube channel blows up. And we'll come back to this, and we'll have a Knucklehead universe and the Cap universe fucking meld up, and we'll compare where the fuck we stand with that.
I love that.
Like I said, I hope you're right, and I
Cap,
want
I have
you
a
to be
question.
right.
I have a question for you, Cap. So then, the one movie that I always think about when it comes to this kind of situation is Ultron, Age of Ultron. What did you think of Age of Ultron?
I thought Age of Ultron was a good placeholder movie.
Okay.
Like if we weren't gonna get the Infinity Saga and just every Avengers was gonna be like the big bag of the month type movies, then Age of Ultron worked perfectly.
Yeah.
But the fact that we have to go from Avengers 1, which set up Thanos,
which was incredible, one of the best,
to Age of Ultron, which didn't set up anything.
Oh, it set up one thing. Again,
well, I mean,
it deviated.
It shoehorned the Infinity Stones into it.
No. It set up something more important than that. But go ahead.
All right, but we go into Age of Ultron.
When you finish, I'll tell you what it set up.
Which you take probably what could have been the next big bad after Thanos.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And just put him into a one movie thing. It, in the grander scheme of the story that they were telling for phase 1, 2, and 3, it falls short.
It does.
Yeah, but
I love Ultron too.
But here's the thing, though.
If you take the movie outside of the MCU and just have it as a movie, it's not bad.
But here's the thing, though.
Ultron.
Age of Ultron actually is a staple for the Age of Ultron is an anchor for the MCU because
it's the time between space. It's
no,
the time between space and everything just branches off.
One, it set up one of the best scenes in Endgame when Cap lifted up the hammer.
100%. 1,000,000%.
It set that up completely. Two, it introduced Wanda and Vision. And Wanda and Vision, Wanda is starting to become one of the most important characters in the MCU. So with them introducing Vision, it showed their relationship in one movie.
You know, it's funny. It gave us a lot of Sam too.
Yeah, it basically it was in our eyes a throwaway movie.
Sorry,
but it only looks like that because a lot of the shit that happened in that movie doesn't really show importance until other things happen.
I meant
because
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. But you know what I'm saying? It's like it showed like the importance of holding up that hammer and everybody trying it, and then Cap doing it, and now Thor's like he could keep it. You know what I'm saying? I got this one. You keep that one. Let's go fuck this guy up. Wanda showing her power, and then when you see the power of her being able to rip the heart of Ultron out and all this other shit, and then now you don't have to explain her too much when she's killing the fucking Mind Stone, when she destroyed the Mind Stone and almost ripping Thanos in half.
Yeah,
it was a very methodical way of explaining little shit that you would have had to waste time in other movies to explain.
It even put us onto Black Panther and Wakanda. That's the first shout out at Wakanda is in that movie.
Yeah, and Vibranium.
Wakanda.
Yeah, and Vibranium.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's why
when I say that Eternals.
That's why
in 5 years we're gonna look back at this and be like, no, actually, Eternals was major because blah 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 blah.
It still doesn't make it a good movie, in my opinion, because it needs 6 movies afterwards to make it, it gives it weight. But looking back, I do like Ultron a lot more now. I do like Age of Ultron a lot more.
I think, like I said, I've said this on a couple of occasions. I think the problem, the main problem with the Eternals is that it's setting up something that's not only 5 years away, but so different from the interesting story they're trying to tell us now.
Yeah.
So it's like in the middle of us reading a book, the author just went, hey, here's a chapter from another book I'm writing. And you're like, that could be cool, but I want to finish the book I'm reading. Why the fuck you telling me about a book you come out?
6 years from now, when Blade tells the Dark Knight, hey man, remember when we first met? You're gonna love Eternals, lad.
Yeah. But you know what the problem with Eternals is? It never tells us specifically what time they're in. It never tells us if this happened before Spider-Man, if it happened before the Multiverse of Madness, like if it happened before Loki. So like what's happening here?
It kind of does.
It happened 7 days after after they snapped everybody back.
Yeah, they tell us.
When they say that, I saw the movie 4 times.
Ajax says it. Because Ajax tells Icarus, like, oh, the thing is happening, and he's like, how long do we have? She said 7 days. From when she was talking to him, they had 7 days to stop the Celestial from coming out of the earth.
But they never said they had 7 days because they brought people back.
But we know this movie happened after.
No, we know it happened after Endgame, but we don't know if it happened during all this other shit.
Well, thematically, it wouldn't make sense if the snap occurred and then 6 years later we have 7 days to bring him along. Like, it would have had to have happened within the time of the snap coming back. Because remember, there was 2 snaps to bring everybody back and to get rid of Thanos. So the amount of people that came back mixed with the amount of cosmic power is what Ajax said. Now give this Celestial the energy it needed to start awakening and start hatching. and it was going to hatch in 7 days. So it had to be somewhere close to when Endgame finished.
So, all right. So this is why Lay hates this movie, because now you have Loki who doesn't see shit in the time variant shit. Like they don't see any of that happening. You have Spider-Man, you have Hawkeye, you have Cap and the Winter Soldier. All of these TV shows, you have fucking WandaVision, you have fucking the Secret Spies with the chick who's trying to get US agent. You have all of this, and no one sees a giant head. No one feels this fucking earthquake that you felt.
We don't know yet.
Wait a minute.
They're about to talk about it. Now I'm talking.
If I got him,
I'm just getting you guys hyped.
Moon Knight gave us a way out of it. Moon Knight gave us a way out of it. Nobody in Egypt, except for the people who believe, saw the gods fight. So if we want to extrapolate from that, it could very well be that the only people who saw Crimson Dynamo up in the sky were just people in the vicinity of when he showed up.
And my whole thing is that we're in the MCU. People are just fine with heroes walking around and people getting snapped.
I'm not talking about the giant head in the sky. I'm talking about the giant head in the ocean.
Yeah, it's a rock formation. That's it. It's a rock formation.
Okay, so when Namor comes out because they disrupted their utopia,
we don't know nothing about Namor yet.
7 days after the 7 days after the snap,
I'm just saying. It's a rock formation. Yeah. Yo, Sword is down there taking care of shit. Sword is down there. They already made an amusement park off that head. That's it. Yeah. People are charging admissions to go in there and ride the new Eternals ride all around that head.
What have I been saying? I've been saying this for a while now. The biggest problem with the MCU is the interconnectivity.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't make sense.
Listen, this is what I've been saying from phase 1 to 4. None of those movies connected with each other until the ending credits.
They connected a little bit.
No, if you rewatch it. Every single Iron Man had nothing to do with any other Avenger. They didn't even mention other Avengers. Yeah, unless it was a joke.
They started doing that during Civil War. That's when that started. Yeah, where they were interconnecting everything.
But even the TV shows with Winter Soldier and Sam,
they mention shit, but they don't connect it.
They're mostly about a black man holding the shield, and this is Cap's shield. Cap gave it to you. They didn't give a shit about Iron Man dying. They didn't give a shit about Hawkeye retiring. They didn't give a shit about nothing. In WandaVision, they didn't mention shit, but she had to kill her husband.
Tissue. We're all expecting connective tissue now.
But the thing is, it's like you don't have to. They already proved you don't have to give us connective tissue.
Yeah.
You just have to give. We stay for the end credit scenes because the end credit scene is supposed to be the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the cliffhanger for the next episode. When I'm sitting there watching and I see, all right, this shit came out of Dormammu's dimension and got strange. Like, okay, so now the next one is with Dormammu. Now what's going to happen with the MCU? Autolycus is slapping himself. I waited here to see him slap himself and stop. You said it was 3 weeks. That's a joke that didn't need to happen. Okay. So what's happening now? If they would have did an end credit scene with the Eternals, where they're on their way and Thanos' brothers talking about some shit, then it would have been like, hold on, wait, what's going on here? Like they just are they gonna explain the Eternals later on or some shit, or like the Guardians of the Galaxy, like the next fucking movie, something happening with fucking Black Panther or something, like something that's gonna make me excited for the future of this.
I'm sorry. You know I like to bring up the Eternals and give you guys a hard time. Can I have your number score for the Eternals, For Eternals? Can I have your number score out of 10?
I think that movie's like a 6-7. It's not, to me, it's not a bad movie in itself. But as of right now, there's no place in it in the MCU. It's almost I give it a 6 out of 10 just because I give
Multiverse of Madness a 7 out of 10. I think they're both swimming in 7 movies. Swimming in 7s is not a bad thing. We got to remember, like, if a girl calls you a 7 out of 10, that's good.
All they got to do is call me.
Well, call me. If a girl calls you a 7 out of 10, that's good. 70%, that's passing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. But no, I just like to rile feathers up in here. I personally like the Eternal so much, but I understand it's a bad. I understand it's not a great movie.
The biggest problem with us is the continuity. Like it's like watching a TV show where every single episode has nothing to do with the next one.
Well,
they don't even have the same characters. They don't even use the same names. They're not even in the same country. It's like, what the fuck? Does
Black Mirror do that?
I was about to say this. I swear to God, I was going to say that.
Well, the thing that's
Black Mirror.
Yeah, but that's a series of concepts that.
Oh yeah, I know. No, we're just
like
being stupid now.
No, it's like we're watching Doctor Who, and you're like, wait, which one of them is a doctor? That's the gimmick. You got to find each episode which one of these guys is the doctor. You know what I'm saying?
This was a fun episode.
Yeah,
this was fun.
Yeah, it was good.
This was very fun. I mean, I don't want to drag too much, but you guys watched the She-Hulk trailer?
I did, yeah.
Yes, same here.
I think it looks very funny. CG, wow, not great. Even for Marvel standards, I think it looks bad.
Here's the weird thing. Abomination looked great.
Hulk looked
great.
It's her.
You know what I think it is? I think it is because the Hulk is so different from Mark Ruffalo. Like there's elements of Ruffalo, but it's not fully him.
Because you still have to make her look
is not Timothy Roth at all.
You have to make her look like her.
We get stuck in the uncanny valley because we're trying to make it look like an actual person that we already see the face of.
Yeah. Which it's funny though. I'm getting like almost like New Girl vibes. It's very sitcom-ish.
Yeah.
I did like it's she's like trying to date. You know, she's just trying to be this normal person. She's a fucking lawyer. I think it's hilarious. I think it's gonna be really funny. But these shows where we have low expectations for turn out to be the best. So let's keep the expectations to the floor, bro. Yeah. It's gonna be one of the good ones.
What I'm gonna say is we're gonna hit the point now where the MCU is no longer everything is for us.
Yeah, it's out there.
What I mean is we got to start branching out to hit the teen market, Miss Marvel, hit the female market, She-Hulk.
The older people,
It's no longer they have to serve the 18-34 male demographic.
Yeah.
They got to cater to a wider audience.
Yep.
So as good as these shows are, some of them are going to, by definition, not be targeted at us.
Yep.
So we're gonna have to view that through a different lens.
Yep.
But you know what I want to see though, not in this series, but in the future, one way or another, Matt Murdock versus She-Hulk in a court.
Yo, we can get it.
I would love that.
Well, the thing is, they're having a superhero a court division, right?
Yeah.
And they want her to head it.
They want her to take care of it.
So if there's anybody that's going to defend any superhero, it's going to be Matt Murdock.
Yo,
so that can't happen.
They can defend Spider-Man. Defend Spider-Man.
Yeah.
No. How about this? How about if you want everything to tie together? Miss Marvel comes out first, right?
Mm-hmm.
She deals with her shit, and it ends in some weird way where we're like, wait,
she does something stupid.
Is she in trouble? What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then there's that one episode where Miss Marvel needs a defense. She-Hulk's on the prosecuting side. Who's on the defense side? Matt Murdock.
That'll be so cool. And then Matt Murdock just kind of feels bad, like, hey man, this is just another superhero going through it. I know what that's about. Dismiss whatever. Man, that would be so dope. I told you plenty of times, my favorite part of Daredevil Season 2 is the Punisher trial. I'm very excited about seeing more lawyer superhero stuff. I'm very excited about it.
The best part of the director's cut of the actual movie Daredevil was all the court shit they put in.
Yeah.
Robert Coolio.
Yeah. Yo, not for nothing. This might this might sound crazy, but imagine like a Law and Order type fucking Marvel show.
Doom doom.
This is probably gonna be more like Spin City or Ally McBeal.
Spin City is what I thought about.
For She-Hulk,
Shout out Michael J. Fox. That's Michael J. Fox, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like it doesn't have to be this She-Hulk show, but I'm talking about like if you're gonna throw a Matt Murdock and you don't want to use Deadpool, you have some shit like that.
Yeah.
Daredevil.
Daredevil. You know what I'm saying?
I got
because emphasis on law, him winning cases.
You know, like there's got to be some kind of superhero that the law goes after, because in the one thing about the MCU, every superhero is acceptable and yo, do whatever you want, player. Just go kill the aliens. But in DC, if you looked at somebody getting mugged and you step forward, you're a fucking vigilante. We gotta arrest you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's got to be someone that doesn't have a license to be a superhero that they go, yo, we arrested this dude because he assaulted someone, and then they got to do defense. So
they fought a whole movie about not making people, like Civil War was about not giving people licenses.
Yeah, but none of it, you know what's crazy? There was accords, but none of it was about legal shit. It was about their opinion and them going, nah, fuck that.
I think by this point, the Accords is like way brushed under the rug, though, unless we see him. Because remember, we're not dealing with regular Avengers now, but Punisher would be great.
I think the Accords are only for Cap.
This man literally put himself in prison.
Yeah, no, yeah.
They had him off, and he's like, "Oh shit, he's talking." It's all
what's funny?
So good, man.
You know what's funny?
So good.
What's funny is that there's 4 of us on this panel who know comics, and not one of us can come up with a character. Not one single character.
Not one single character that is a vigilante that kills people.
Marvel is a lot. Marvel's a lot nicer with the vigilantes. I mean, we can't say Daredevil because of Matt Murdock. Like, he's gonna be there. Yeah. Spider-Man, maybe now the way that he's built after everything that's happened. But
if only we had some dude.
Maybe Luke Cage. Maybe Luke Cage
run around. Yo, we can even give him a logo like a skull or some shit.
Absolutely,
he just goes around killing somebody.
Yeah, somebody that absolutely does not respect the law.
Yo, I got a name. Something like White Castle, something Castle.
Yeah,
like Exterminator.
Yeah, you know,
And he deals out punishment.
Yes.
Yeah.
The exterminator.
Executioner.
There you go.
Judge Judy.
It could work.
Mr. No Toque.
Mr. No Toque. And with that being said.
Yeah, and on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's your friendly neighborhood Knucklehead signing out. Peace, everybody.
Love y'all, man.